Hey, everybody, welcome back.
Let's clap one more time just to be safe. There we go.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to the MCDONCAST, the funnest podcast in town.
The only podcast around.
Patrick was learning.
Max can't hear. You can't hear
Give
Max?
the mic.
No.
Yes.
So Patrick is not here with us right now. He'll be joining us later.
Maybe
he's
we'll
busy.
see.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
He probably won't be joining us later. That's usually how these things happen. Anyways, we got some news.
Hot stuff.
Ooh, that's a very moist sandwich.
I don't know why they put every chicken sandwich in those bags.
I don't know why they do that either. It just makes them wet. I don't like. What is the point? It doesn't even keep them that hot.
Honestly?
Last time we did the Downcast, you guys were like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, that's because yours wasn't wet.
I didn't get a sandwich. Tucker got a sandwich.
Oh, wait, the point.
I said the exact same thing.
I think it's because Chick-fil-A did it like once as like a cost-saving thing. Everyone else was just like, "Oh, this is how you do this."
Oh, we can do this. This is acceptable.
Even though McDonald's, there are other burgers in boxes.
Yeah, the Big Mac's in a box.
What do they wrap
Sam,
them?
can you pass me the
Yeah, there's not much left here. I need to go shopping. Okay, anyways, starting things off, we have Kirby and actually let's do a brief run through. We got some Mario Kart, we got some Kirby, we got some Pokemon, we got some The Boys, we got some X-Men things, we got some Tubi original things, which I didn't know existed until today.
I don't know why you put that on there.
Because it existed and I feel like the world needs to know. And we got Book of Boba Fett, we got Bidoof, we got lots of stuff going on today. So everybody, welcome to the MCDONCAST. I hope you're having a good time. We're going to have a good time. We're going to poop all over your neighbor's house. Let's get this thing started.
I'm going to have to eat a lot more McDonald's if you want us to.
All of you, all 15 of you's houses, neighbors' houses. All of them.
All of your neighbors.
All of them.
All right,
Each
Sam, why don't you
one.
pull up that Kirby trailer for us?
Let's get that pulled up.
So this is, of course, Kirby in the Forgotten Land, which comes out in March.
Yes.
It's like the first truly next-gen Kirby game. Next-gen isn't like most franchises got to this level during like the N64. It took Kirby like a bonus 30 years.
Yeah, so Kirby's finally 3D, which was supposed to be Kirby's Dream Land, which ended up not being 3D, and then just sort of never fully manifested itself until now. So it looks really good. It looks like Super Kirby Odyssey is what it looks like.
Yeah. Looks like the graphics are actually pretty good.
I wouldn't be surprised if this was running in the same engine as Mario Odyssey. It looks very similar.
Oh, that's some lag frame rate right there.
Yeah, but I mean, we should just expect that with every Switch game at this point.
Looks like most of that's a good looking cutscene.
Good looking render there.
Yeah.
Too bad the game don't look like that.
It's a mix of Mario Odyssey, Kirby, and Crash.
So it looks like the plot is that the Waddle Dees have been kidnapped and you've got to rescue them.
Yeah, so it's the same as Yoshi's Epic Yarn, but it's Kirby's Epic Fishing Rod Adventure.
It looks like there's like mini games.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm interested in the game.
I'm looking forward to this.
I'm not sure if I'll pick it up yet, just because I don't care about Kirby that much.
I'm interested in this. I want to see what they're doing.
But yeah, we'll see.
And if it installs well, hopefully this is this. They just keep going in this direction, and we don't just go back to Kirby Star Friends.
Yeah, that game was terrible.
No, like just get like another one of those.
Yeah, we played it on vacation. We beat it in like an hour. It was like the shortest game we'd ever played.
Yeah, there's like 2 whole levels in it. And it costs like $50.
Yeah. Anyways, next up, according to industry analyst Dr. Sirkin Toto, Mario Kart 9 is in active development and it features a new twist. So Nintendo Kart is gonna be coming out soon. No, I think that just means it's gonna be Nintendo Kart basically, or like Super Kart Bros or something.
This time.
I mean, they were already going that way in Mario Kart 8, and there's nowhere else for them to take this franchise.
So Mario Kart 9, right? 8's been out for what, 10 years now?
8 has been out for too long.
And it's the best-selling game on this. And when this came out, so I don't think, as far as I understood, this is not like confirmed. Like this is just a guy analyzing like patterns and how game development works normally, and was like, okay, so they're gonna probably do one about here, and they're gonna need a new gimmick because it's been a while, right?
Yeah.
The last one sold more than every other Mario Kart game in existence. So I'm very, very, very skeptic that we will get this year. I'm 90% sure it's not coming out this year.
No,
Okay,
it's not gonna come
I
out this
bet
year.
money on it.
There's no way it's coming
Yeah.
out this year.
But I would probably even say this isn't coming to the Switch.
It might.
I think,
I don't know.
I
Yeah.
think if this game exists, it's going to be a launch title, or at least close to launch for the next Nintendo
the Switch 2 or
Because
whatever.
imagine if the Nintendo Swap, whatever the next thing is.
Nintendo Swap.
I'm just like just pulling it out of my butt, but like they pull it out and they go, oh, and Mario Kart 9 is coming out at launch.
Yeah.
That'd sell 25 million units the day of
Yeah,
pre-order.
that's a
You
system
know what
seller.
I want to see?
This is their biggest series.
I want to see like Mario Forza, like a little plumber.
Okay,
man,
anyway.
and he's
Like an incredibly detailed racer.
It looks fantastic, but it's a little animated plumber man.
No, Forza is not as fun as Mario Kart. Not even close.
Yeah, because Mario Kart you can.
Because Mario Kart's a fun game, and Forza you just constantly drive off the road. Anyways,
But like, and then the new twist, they always try to do something right. They obviously did the hover.
anti-gravity thing, which ended up being a big nothing burger.
They had kites and underwater in 7. In Wii, they added big dumb steering wheel
Which no one used,
and motorcycles.
which were functionally identical.
Well, with 9, my call is either like advanced versions of in-air racing, where it's not just like you fall
Like planes?
slowly off a cliff, but like, yeah, something close to that, or that it's either that super high speed to basically just make it F-Zero,
Yeah.
or I think underground is maybe the next way to go.
They have them.
That or something new with like how the items work,
Probably just new items.
or how cart customization works. I don't think they're ever going to go straight up Nintendo Kart.
I think they might keep it Mario Kart and just
Because the
add-
brand is too small. It's too strong.
I think they might just add just all the Nintendo characters to
They've
Mario
already
Kart.
added
Link,
Link
Villager.
and Villager and Inkling. So
It's not like they're not willing to add characters from other series.
I think the only difference between this and Smash Bros. For the Nintendo stuff is I think they're probably going to keep it like fully in-house first party.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm
they're
not. You're not going to see a Steve pop up.
or
on this
no,
thing.
like a Pokemon or like Kirby. Those are technically second
Yeah.
party. They own those studios, but they're not like Nintendo in-house makes those games.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think this is coming this year. This year's already crowded. Like we
Yeah,
just
they
talked
have
about
an
Kirby.
absolutely banger lineup
They got
for this
Kirby,
year.
Splatoon, Zelda's supposed to come out this year, Bayonetta's coming out this year, and we haven't even had a direct yet.
Yeah.
And so this is not, especially since Zelda is apparently targeting a November release, which is the holiday spot. You have nowhere else to put Mario Kart.
Yeah.
So I don't think this is coming this year. I say next year would be a gamble, but I think next console.
Yeah, I
This
think
is big.
Mario Kart 9 kind of has to come out on the next system. Even if
Yeah.
it does come out on the Switch, it would be a dual release.
Yeah, because it's too late now.
Yeah.
This is the last big year of the Switch.
No, I think there's still 2 or 3 years
Because
left.
we're in year 5 now.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably got 2 years left.
I think they're going to 3DS it. I think they're just going to keep it going as long as they physically possibly can.
But I think they
2D
got
Switch.
But I think late this year, early next year is I think when we'll start getting rumors and like just chunks of news.
There
about,
have been rumors of a new Switch since the
no,
Switch
but like
launch.
of like the actual next gen.
Yeah. There have been rumors of a
'Cause-
Switch 2 before the Switch 1 came out.
But like the average cycle for consoles now is 7 years,
Yeah.
and the Switch is now not 1 generation behind, but 2 generations behind.
Yeah.
So I don't know if 10 years of Switch is really a feasible model at this point. You don't want the Switch coming out the year before the PlayStation 6.
I mean, they've already functionally lost all third-party support anyways.
Yeah.
With the exception of Monster Hunter, what other third-party games recently released on Switch?
I think FIFA's still coming out on these things.
The old Star Wars game.
Yeah, Star Wars games that were designed for the PC in 1998. Like, yeah, games that are super old are coming out on the Switch because the Switch hardware was
Why are you eating into your...
the Switch hardware was nearly 4 years old when the Switch launched. The CPU inside the Switch is a ancient processor.
It was an advanced yes, basically. A barely advanced.
No, I mean it's basically just a Wii U in a Switch, but the Wii U's processor was like barely able to keep up with. You guys remember playing Minecraft with 2 people or 3 people
Oh my
on the
God.
Wii U? It's
You
like
ever
10
heard
FPS.
Alright, guys.
run a game? It sounds like an old man choking.
Yeah.
It's like,
Remember when sometimes it would just freeze and die?
yeah, it would just die.
It would just stop working
Just go,
entirely.
and then just shut down.
Like a couple summers ago, I wanted to play Batman Arkham or whatever on it, and I booted it up and it was like. I was like, alright, maybe not.
Yeah, so the Switch is in desperate need of a hardware upgrade.
Yeah.
And yeah, the screen is nice, the speakers is nice, the kickstand, that's all nice.
But
It needs a new processor if it wants to be at all relevant.
And I understand that because it's so like it's a mobile console. It's never gonna be.
No.
It's never gonna be a PS5 in a box, but it just needs to be better.
The Steam Deck can run Halo at 30 FPS.
Yeah. The Switch should be able to run Halo 2.
Crashed my Xbox the other day. Like, could you imagine this little guy trying to run a Halo type game?
It explode.
It would burst into flames and kill itself.
It would conjure a knife and then stab itself.
It would explode and take your house down with it. Like, the Switch is in desperate need of a refresh.
Sam, what's our next piece of news?
All right, next news. Kingdom Hearts reported to continue with a new story that is unrelated to the previous one called Phase 2, ensuring that the games will most definitely outlive all of their fans given their previous release schedule.
I think Disney has a plan for this.
I think...
Because this is technically a Square IP, right?
Yeah,
But it cannot happen without Disney.
of course. No. But it still makes a ton of money.
And but it's a very recognizable IP. So I think Disney wants to spin this off to a cinematic universe.
What does that even mean?
Before they do that, they gotta bring those games back.
What do you mean what does that
I
even
think
mean?
they want a whole new generation of Kingdom Hearts content. I think they want new games coming out consistent. I think they want like a comic series.
They would never invest that heavily
I think they
in an
want
IP
a
that they
Disney
don't own
Plus
all of.
TV show.
Okay,
You're an idiot.
Tucker, no one wants a Kingdom Hearts anime more than me, okay? Nobody.
It wouldn't be anime if they do live action.
Here's the thing. Disney will not invest that much into an IP that they don't own 100% of.
But
And
if they do
Square
a show,
is not going to sell
Sam.
one of their 2 IPs that people actually care about.
you think this Disney guy won't wrestle his way in there for 80% of profits going to them?
No, because Square would just stop making the games.
They can't make them without Disney.
Also, Tucker,
Yeah, and they're not going to make them with Disney taking an 80%
I
cut.
don't know.
Tucker, do you know a single person other than White and Sam who have played Kingdom Hearts?
A lot of people.
Like personally,
It's a pretty popular
Personally,
game.
I'm not
No.
personally.
Max, I knew girls who played Kingdom Hearts.
what?
You know how insane that
Those
is?
Girls.
Where did you just not hear anything I just said?
No, 'cause Tucker's saying-
Max, I know girls who have played Kingdom Hearts. Girls only play 2 games.
Roblox and Minecraft.
No, Animal Crossing and Minecraft, but you were close.
Uh,
Sometimes Roblox if they're like 10.
yeah.
Anyways,
You're
the point is, Kingdom Hearts is a popular game. I can see why they would do this. My only worry is that it's going to end up like Fate, where just like, even though it's supposed to be a new game, they're just going to end up going back to the old characters and old stuff almost immediately.
I think it definitely makes sense to me why they would want to bring this back.
Yeah, I mean, it makes too much money to just end it.
Yeah, and 3 wasn't. No, gotta eat them. What's wrong with you? And 3 wasn't positively received.
Not particularly, no.
I don't think it sold poorly. So
I'm going to be honest, I've only played 368 over 2 days, Recoded, and parts of Dream Drop Distance.
They should go to Final Fantasy. Who like Kingdom Hearts point for 177?
They did.
Did?
Max, you know there's 3 different games that take place between Kingdom Hearts 2 and Kingdom Hearts 3 that are like full, like main console releases, not handheld spin-offs. All that are called, I believe there's 2.3, 2.5, and 2.8,
Well, how did they not sell?
which are just compilations of other handheld games that were other spin-offs, including 368 over 2 days, Dream Drop Distance.
there was like major story developments that happened on the Nintendo DS.
Like massive. Like Chain of Memories was one of the biggest lore-wise games. It came out on the DS, or not the DS.
PSP.
But yeah, there was a PSP version and also a Game Boy version that came with an additional cutscene.
They should have made an exclusive 2DS or 2DS game.
What? That doesn't even make sense, Max. How would you do that?
I don't know.
Okay.
Just made it exclusive to that console.
Max was an idiot.
Not Nintendo.
Anyways, yeah, I'm not surprised. I don't have a ton of faith in that idea, but okay.
Anyway, my point is I think Disney Plus wants to make a show out of this.
I think they might eventually one day, but I don't think it would be good. All right, Knights of the Old Republic remake featured, rumored to feature altered gameplay more similar to God of War or Neo, as opposed to its original turn-based combat. So they're gonna Final Fantasy VII remake this game, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, they're gonna turn this into a hack.
Which now, I'm not saying is
Worse?
desperately needed for this game to survive in the modern age, but have you played the original Knights of the Old Republic, Tucker?
Not a lot of it. No.
You remember the combat system?
Sorta.
Click character, click action, guy walks up, does action,
that's turn-based
pause,
combat for
click
you, Sam.
action, does action again, pause. But okay, a Star Wars game doesn't look right in that format. It doesn't seem like that's the way it should be happening.
Yeah. I think they're just gonna straight up turn this into Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
It's gonna play exactly
Which would be fine.
same.
I would be fine with that. I just hope
it'll mostly be a hack and slash, just every now and then with like a special move or two.
I think that would be more fun for most people. Anyways,
And it's more easily marketable.
yeah, more people would pick it up and understand what to do.
People go, you could be a Sith, you can hack that guy in half. But
I love that.
That's
That's
awesome.
my favorite.
I've seen Star Wars.
I've seen Star Wars. All right, E3 2022 will once again be virtual and be in June. So this is not super big news, but yeah, I mean, I guess it's still a thing.
For now.
Well, I mean,
See what
there's no
happens with the
companies
Omicron
participating
virus.
except like Microsoft.
Well, Microsoft, but we don't know who's participating yet. But I'm pretty sure it'll be the same
Who
one.
didn't participate last year?
Sony.
That's it.
That was like the
I thought
main
Nintendo-
one. No, Nintendo did a direct. Nintendo, like,
Nintendo kind of
they just put
barely
a direct out, like,
Yeah.
like, well, normally they'd have like a show floor heading 3. But like,
Yeah.
for virtually 3, everyone's just putting out their own versions of directs now. It's essentially just a time where all the companies air their directs in a week.
For the first time in history, Nintendo was the most forward-thinking.
And it was really because they were too lazy to put together a
They
live
just
show.
didn't want to be there.
Over there on his Macintosh computer.
Making Mario Sakurai's like, guys,
What was the original like Macintosh version of Microsoft Paint? What was that thing called?
MS Paint?
Yeah, just the original MS Paint,
They're using like MS Paint in like a notebook.
making those Nintendo
It's
graphics.
me, Sakurai,
Meanwhile,
and
like-
I gotta put this on my floppy disk real quick.
Hang on, let me fax this to
Xbox
Nintendo
is like
HQ.
Xbox. They got like guys like 8 monitors, like crafting 3D models on their computer for like Halo.
And cut to the Nintendo office. He's like faxing documents.
They're sending it to the American office to be a mail pigeon.
Carrier pigeon flies across the Atlantic Ocean.
It's written in like an ancient tongue that only.
That's why it's
one
taking the
person
Mario
can
movie so
decipher.
long. They're sending it over like one page of script at a time.
Oh, yeah.
Sending it one sentence at a time.
Speaking of, that comes out this year.
Supposedly.
We're 12 months away from the Chris Pratt Mario movie. Let that sink into your
That will
brain.
go down in history.
That movie's gonna make so much money.
I can't wait till they
It's gonna be
actually
so
do it.
dumb.
It's gonna be so stupid. And it's gonna make 1.5. I think it has a chance of making $2 billion.
Billion?
$2 billion.
It's not
Yeah,
gonna make
I could see that happening.
It's not gonna make it.
Not unless they turn.
It's gonna make $1 billion. It's gonna make $1 billion. Minions 1 made $1 billion. The Mario
That's
movie
just Minions.
is gonna make. It's the Mario movie by the Minions people with a million
How many people?
famous
How many people bought Super Mario Odyssey? What did?
sold?
How many
I don't
copies
know.
sold?
I don't have internet. It was
All
at
right, hang
least
on.
20, 30 million units.
How?
Okay,
Can't
why don't you
type
just
with
search
one
on
hand.
Mario sales? Mario Odyssey sale.
Mario Odyssey.
Why are you doing this with one hand?
Because I have one hand in a fry box, idiot.
Take it out of the fry box.
Then it's covered in fry grease, anyways. Yeah.
0.5.
Sales. Okay. 21 point.
November
21.
21.9.
All right, so we convert each one of those sales into a $15 ticket sale. How many dollars is that?
Let's pull out the calculator.
21
$1 million?
So
I
copy.
thought you were saying 1 billion people would watch it. I'm like,
Yes, Max. Why
yeah,
would
Max,
you say
a
that?
seventh of the world's population is going to watch
that's
this
why I was
movie.
confused.
times
Like, that
All the
15.
poor people in Africa are going to head to their
So
local Cineplex.
$329 million, according to my rough calculations based on
It's gonna make a
video
lot of
game
money.
sales.
It's gonna make so much money.
Yeah.
It's gonna do 400, 500 million domestic,
Mhm.
and it's definitely gonna be big in like Japan.
Yeah.
If they add Mario to Fortnite, that's what's going to make.
Thank you, Max.
You know, everyone loves it.
Way to think like a 12-year-old, Max.
Just
All right.
add him to Fortnite.
Yeah,
All right, anyway. We're not talking about tomorrow. Oh my god, the internet's gonna explode when the trailer for that drops.
Yeah, because Donkey Kong is Seth
It's
Rogen.
it's Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt, Mario,
That's
Seth
still-
Rogen, Donkey
I feel
Kong,
like that still
Jack
hasn't-
Black, Bowser.
I feel like that still hasn't completely registered into my brain.
This is the worst best
And
cast movie of all time.
No one's talking about that. The fact that Charlie Day is
Is
Luigi.
See, you weren't as hyped about that as I was until you watched It's Always Sunny, and now
Yeah.
you're like, I need to see this.
Now I need to know.
This is perfect.
I mean, it makes sense. That's good. That's Chris Pratt they cast because like generic action.
Because he is famous. That's
because
why.
he's like generic action guy or
Yeah.
like generic famous guy. Charlie Day Luigi. I see exactly where they were going with that,
I know exactly why they did
and
it.
why they picked Jack Black too.
Yeah.
Nintendo looked up American actors, and
And-
they picked.
No,
And,
see,
and
here's
the other thing is, it's
I think
the
Ni-
Teen Titans Go guys.
I think Nintendo has almost nothing to do with this production.
Well,
I think
Shigeru
Nintendo
Miyamoto
went,
is
I think
producing.
Nintendo went, here's Mario, do something.
Well,
Here's the rules, you can't make up
they're
characters.
advertising it as a Nintendo Plus Illumination thing.
Yeah, but Nintendo clearly was
I don't
not
think-
there when they cast
well-
Jack Black, Charlie Day, and Seth Rogen
Yeah.
as characters in the
Well,
Mario
I think
movie.
they went over to like Miyamoto and they said, "We're doing these guys," and you're like, "I don't know who that is."
Oh yes, I love those characters. I love yes, great
Yes,
idea.
sure.
Yes,
But like, I don't think like intent like the actual like out of Japan Nintendo. I think Nintendo of America was probably more involved.
yeah. I don't think like yeah. That's what I'm saying. I don't think Japan of Nintendo or
I think they have.
Nintendo of Japan.
They
was-
definitely have some sort of a hand in it because of what happened with the original Mario movie. Like they're not going to want to repeat
I
that,
think-
and they're
I-
actually putting their name on this, so they're good. They're gonna have some sort of quality.
like I said,
standard
I
for
think
it.
they gave them a list of rules and were
Yeah.
like, here's what you cannot do. Otherwise,
I
do
think they
what
had
you
script
want.
approval. They definitely had script approval,
Yeah,
and probably character design stuff because they're very particular about the like how the
Yeah.
characters-
I thought the old Mario movie.
Okay, shh. Max is funny.
There's a true masterpiece.
Okay, moving on.
Max is talking about how good the original live action Mario movie is, which
Yes.
all of you should definitely
Bob
watch.
Hoskins.
Oh no, Luigi! My head has been hit on pipe.
Bob Hoskins wore a fake hand for the entire third act of that movie because he broke his hand on set, and they were just like, "It's fine, we'll just paint it."
Very cool. Anyways,
painted
what's
his
next?
cast brush color.
The Last of Us remaster for PS5 is releasing next year. Who cares?
So they did Last of Us right on the PS3,
Right.
and then they made the Last of Us remastered for the PS4, which came with the DLC, and that came out a year after the original game.
Did that look different enough
It looked
for people
slightly
to care
better.
about?
The original Last of Us came out the year that the PS4 came out, but it came out exclusively to the PS3.
Yeah.
And so it came out on PS4. It basically looks the same, but it had the DLC included, and it had a higher frame rate. But,
Nice.
this one, I think they're probably doing just a straight up whole remaster.
Like a proper remaster?
And also, what else comes out this like next year? So
Yeah, PS5 too. No, the show. Yeah.
the show. So they're gonna want the show to come out at the same time as this new remaster.
Yeah.
Get a big
Have all the
marketing
hype at the
push.
same time. Yeah.
That or the first season of the show might come out this year, but the second season will probably come out next year. So either way, it's gonna tie in.
Either way, there will be something.
Yeah.
Alrighty, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order 2 reportedly coming in June and will release later this year. That is not true.
Reveal coming in June.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think
Sam,
that's
what's
going
in
to happen
June?
at all. I don't know what is in June.
What did we just talk about? That's happening in June.
Mario movie,
Oh my god.
E3.
Yeah.
This Mario
Yeah,
So that
no.
lines up.
Yeah, I mean they could maybe reveal it, but I don't think it's coming this year.
I think it's. I could see it.
I don't think it's coming this year.
It's
I think
been
if
3
it was
years.
coming this
It'll
year,
be 3 years.
If it was coming this year, we would have seen like a title reveal or something.
It's been 3 years and it's EA, so they're gonna put it out unfinished
Hey guys,
either
we're
way.
making
Yeah.
a Star Wars game.
Well, they're gonna put it out whether or not it's finished.
That's true.
So if they have a date locked in, it's gonna come out either way.
yeah.
So I can definitely see that.
Alrighty, well, that's cool, I guess. Nice. Alrighty, Quantic Dream working on AAA Final Fantasy game.
Not Final Fantasy, just a fantasy.
AAA fantasy game.
Like fantasy.
Who cares?
Why is everyone giving all their projects to Quantic Dream?
Yeah, what are they? They're doing Star Wars.
All they did was like Detroit Become a Human and hit
sexism.
cancel on Twitter.
Yeah. They did Detroit Becomes Human and sexism, and then that was it.
That's their free game.
And all the studios were like, "Yes, please."
Yes, make that again.
Understaffed studio with no experience in genre?
I think that this is because Telltale Studios went under.
Yeah.
And Quantic Dream basically just makes slightly better Telltale games. So they were like, here, make more Telltale games.
You do it. And they were like, money?
Yeah.
Money?
I smell money.
As long as you fire all your women.
Alrighty. Next up, Pokimane banned on Twitch after watching
This is
Avatar:
news.
The Last Airbender. Oh, and we got to add, there was another person banned on Twitch. Should we talk about them as well?
Toast.
Who was it?
Hassan Piker.
Why did he get banned?
He said cracker, which is apparently you're not allowed to say that on Twitch.
Are we going to get banned now?
Racist towards white people.
Okay, we're white.
Even though I don't think I've ever heard anyone use that word in a genuinely offensive context.
What's good by cracker?
Max, you can't be saying it with the hard ER like that, okay?
Sorry. It's just as bad as the
Are we going to get labeled explicit on Apple Podcasts now?
No, on YouTube it's fine.
No, but on Apple Podcasts, is they going to mark that as like a racial
Apple
slur?
Podcasts has never once marked us for anything, so I think we're fine. Yeah, I don't know. That was dumb. Let's talk about Pokemon first, though. Yeah, so she watched Avatar: The Last Airbender on stream.
Just the whole thing.
Genius, humongous. No, she watched like an episode, but just
Still,
absolutely
should know not
humongous
to do
brain watching.
How long has she been streaming? Like 3 years.
She's one of the biggest streamers on the platform.
And you're just like, oh, I'll just play the whole episode.
Yeah, like, oh yeah, I'll just watch a whole thing owned by freaking Comcast.
Yeah.
Who, aside from hating all internet content,
it's Viacom.
or Viacom,
Another giant
Even worse,
telecommunications company.
Another streamer in the same Witch House got banned for watching Arcane for like a month.
What is Twitch House?
No, like
you know, content houses.
Content House.
Like where the house for like all the 20-year-old TikTok stars hang out?
Yeah, but the Pokemon lives in one of those. And someone else that lives in the same one also got banned. It's not. Who cares? Because rent is expensive.
Just move.
They gotta live in LA, Tucker.
No,
That's
they
not
don't.
important. Yeah, they do. That's where all the influencers
Their job
live.
is to pirate content.
Their job is to go.
But yeah,
"Hey, guys,
just long story short, that was a dumb decision. Obviously, you were gonna get.
I saw people being like, how dare they do this to Pokey? And I'm like, no, she's very obviously in the wrong.
Yeah, it's just very clearly copyrighted.
This is just straight up illegal. You can't.
Streamer can't do no wrong. Big streamer always good.
No, this is the same thing that happened with music. It's probably going to happen again.
Yeah.
If anything, Twitch will end up, now that this has happened, they will end up with another automated copyright claim system that, like the one YouTube has,
love those.
which everyone loves that, right?
Flag this video for
Everyone loves
copyright.
the YouTube copyright system.
Warner Brothers just gotta get us for when
I've never heard a single person complain about it. It must. It has no dislikes.
That's true. No, you know what? No one complains on YouTube. It's really nice.
It's really nice now that you can turn comments off and there's no dislikes.
Definitely not towards businesses who don't want their.
Anyways, yeah, that was dumb.
Ubisoft Plus,
And then
baby.
Hassan, yeah, I mean, I don't particularly like the guy, but also that's really dumb that he got banned for that. He was the one who
Hassan, you're a socialist. You bought a multi-million-dollar house. You sold.
he was also the one who said America deserved 9/11. We don't have to talk about
He
Hassan.
didn't get banned for that.
No, but it was saying cracker. That's what did him in.
Terrorism is okay, not banned.
No, I mean, yeah. Again, I don't want to get into Hassan, but yeah, it's dumb that he was banned for
He'll
that.
be fine. I'll go stream on.
Have you seen
YouTube.
the PC that Linus Tech Tips made for him?
Oh, I think you told me about this.
Yeah, so Linus Tech,
It's got like a big...
Hassan commissioned
Right,
Linus to make him
it's
a
like
PC.
a LAN thing, and
Yeah, no, he made it so every single time you boot it up, it plays the USSR anthem, and it cannot be skipped, or it will just boot again.
That's all PC should do.
And it is like hard into the PC. It is like power sharing with like a network that like you like donate your power and they pay you for it. It's like stuck in that. So he's always donating part of his PC's power to other computers because funny socialism joke. Yeah. And then he also took the left feet off of the case, so that the PC is permanently leaning left, and he didn't send him the feet, so the PC is just stuck leaning left. I mean, it's a powerful PC. It was just a funny joke. Anyways, none of that is related to anything.
Ubisoft another
time.
Awesome company.
Wait, we didn't do the GameStop.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about GameStop launching NFTs, baby. Oh, did you see Sega did back out of their NFT thing?
Good.
No, really?
They said actually maybe not.
They don't want to.
This is totally not a fad.
No, not at all.
Why? Just don't.
So yeah, GameStop is making NFTs. Do we know what they're going to be of?
Probably the GameStop logo.
Great. Can't wait to buy my 1 out of 1,000 GameStop logo.
This will really revive your
dying business.
A $10 GameStop gift card, you have to pay $20.
Should we fix our business model and how we sell games and how we market?
It would be so easy.
No, we should just sell NFTs.
GameStop, here's how you fix your business model, okay? You talk to Microsoft. You say, every one of your Xboxes you sell here, they buy something on the eShop, I want a cut. I sold them that Xbox.
No, what you do is you just take out all the dumb, like, Charizard plushies.
Well, they already did that. I mean, GameStop is a lot cleaner now than it used to be.
Put actual games on the shelf.
Remember what GameStop used to look like before they like cleaned it up?
Oh yeah, it was gross.
It was horrible. There was just like massive shelves of
Maybe
stuff all
don't
over the
invest in
place.
giant $600 statues of Iron Man to put in your front door
that have been there for literally
7
decades.
Years. On the Thor statue.
From a movie that no one cares about.
And this $200 Superman statue.
The only one that they just in case this isn't clear, there's a GameStop near our house, and they sell giant statues of comic book characters, like
that they bought for promotion for Avengers.
Larger than life size statues of comic book. The only one that I've seen them sell.
They sold
is the Harley Quinn one.
They sold a medium-sized Harley Quinn.
Which I know they sold it, and I know who they sold it to.
Perverts?
No, it's in the comic book shop that's like near them. It's Madness Comics. They have that's where the Harley Quinn statue is. It's on a shelf in there.
Good job, boys. You did it.
So yeah, anyways.
No, GameStop is full of dumb idiots.
Fix
and even
yourselves.
Reggie left.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was on their board for a while, and then during the whole COVID thing.
The whole GameStop stock thing.
Yeah, and he was just like, I'm done. You guys are morons.
You guys are dumb idiot. Well, did you see the CEO took advantage of the inflated stock prices and then retared and then just dipped with his like billions? He was like, thanks for inflating the stock. Bye-bye. Yeah.
Well, like,
I'm a head out.
No, let you play the games in the actual store, right?
Yeah, like properly demo the games.
What they need to do is they just need to make it like a gaming hangout zone. Yeah. Where you can like play games, talk to some guys.
Like an internet cafe where you can also buy games.
Take a game off the shelf and take it to the counter instead of you going up to the guy and you go, hey, you got this thing? And then he digs around in cabinets for 5 minutes, tells you he doesn't. And he goes, I'll look in the back. And then he walks back there. And then we know you just stand there for 4 seconds and then walk back out the door. And we don't got it. And then you're like, well, do you have this? And they're like, yup. And then they're like, it's $50. And you're like, but the tag on the shelf says $30. And he goes, I don't care.
Well, then it was on sale, but it's not now. It's like, okay, cool.
And then you pay him the $50. Do you have a membership? And I'm like, no. And he goes, do you want a membership? And I'm like,
I would have already had one if I did.
And he goes, do you want a receipt? And I'm like, yes. And then he's like, do you want a warranty? And I'm just like, dude, put it in the bag so I can go to McDonald's.
In the bag.
It's not hard.
Does it not make 75% of their stuff garbage, like
yeah, stop selling. Remember they were selling comic books in there?
Yeah, no, they had like a like one of those standing spinning where usually there's greeting cards in those, but they were selling comic books.
Whoever runs GameStop's
also comic books are too expensive. It's like I'm not paying $5 for what is half ads, half comic book.
It's just like, dudes, It's just GameStop in your name. You just
Sell
have
the
to be the
games.
Is anyone? I never seen anyone buying any of your stuff. I don't know why they have it.
Because if you want to buy a game, you'll just buy it digitally in your house.
We're at Walmart where it's like 10.
Whatever.
They don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Point is, NFTs are dumb and GameStop is dumb. Don't buy NFTs. Don't.
They are a
He's
scam.
wearing a hat at
They
this
are
point.
horrible for the environment. They take up more like energy than Iceland. Well, the Ethereum network does, but yeah, no.
Just don't. Just buy stock in-
NFTs run on the
You know what you
Ethereum
should do
network, which
instead?
takes up more power than Iceland.
Don't buy NFTs. Just go invest in Google
Or buy a real thing.
or buy a real.
If you
buy
want-
a real picture.
If you want a collectible, buy a real one. Whoa.
I could spend $2,000.
buy a new computer instead of buying an image of a computer.
So I could spend $2,000 on this picture of a monkey wearing a hat, or I could get this really cool game PC or like a cool giant artwork. I'm gonna buy this monkey.
I'm gonna buy the monkey.
Should I pay my rent?
We'll buy the monkey.
Buy the monkey. But it's
so
Donkey
stupid 'cause,
Kong.
like you can just save the picture.
I don't know. Yeah, NFTs are dumb.
Just take a screenshot of it.
No, all an
You
NFT
got the
is a
same effect.
hyperlink to the image.
Yeah.
It's not like you don't own the rights to it. A lot of people think that because they bought the NFT, they own the rights to it. You don't.
It's
The
like-
artist still reserves the rights
No,
to
it's
it.
like if you
That's scam.
it's like if you bought like an artwork from a museum,
Yeah.
but instead of being able to display it in your house, you just got to go look at it whenever you want.
Yeah.
Like that. It's like the museum puts it in its own room, and you just bought the ability to walk
No,
in that
it's
room
like the
and stare at it
museum
every
took
hour.
a picture of it, handed you a really nice picture of their painting, and was like, all right, there you go.
Like,
I
can
hope
hang-
you're happy with
You're
that.
like, can I hang this up? And they're like, no.
No.
You can look at it.
You can
though.
have it, though.
And the dumb
That'll be
thing is,
$4,000.
most NFTs
And if you sell it to anyone else, I also get some of the money.
We will sue you.
Yeah.
most NFTs are just like a crappily drawn monkey with a hat.
Well, those are
No,
the famous
it's like
ones,
it's
yeah.
like a 40. It's like
It can be any digital asset.
Yeah.
But like most
No,
are
it's
just random garbage.
it's like Sony Pictures puts out a picture of like Spider-Man they photoshopped. In
Have
20
you seen the we talked about the Stan Lee ones, right?
Oh, the ones that was like a
Where
hero
they
he
brought
didn't
his
create?
Twitter account back from the
Yeah.
dead to sell an NFT of a hero he barely did anything with.
Yeah, that was cool.
Very cool. Woo.
All right, let's talk
Oh,
about
wait a
PUBG.
minute. Wait, but okay, before we move on from NFTs,
Oh, wait, we got to talk about.
did you see the George Floyd NFTs, including the one where he was dressed as a police officer?
All right,
This is real.
No, let's not even. Let's
Yeah, we
not
don't have
even
to talk about the political ramifications.
We
but just
already-
the
let's not.
fact that that exists
Let's not.
is insane.
Why would you do that? Just don't do that. Just don't do that.
Anyway, the point is, NFTs are insane, and we should stop now before it's too
I
late.
mean, this seems like a good idea.
How about we put out links to Donald Trump's campaign page as an NFT and see what happens?
No, Ivanka Trump was selling NFTs too. Did
I
you
didn't
see that?
I didn't see that.
And it was just to her saying like strength, honor, and bravery.
Yeah.
That was it.
It's like,
You could just-
okay.
you could just watch it on YouTube.
The point is, NFTs are a scam, and if you buy one, you're a moron.
Correct.
Buy a real thing.
Anyways,
Buy real things with your money.
now that
Pro
we're
tip.
finally done with that, Ubisoft Plus coming to Xbox Game Pass finally.
Why-
Who on earth bought freaking Ubisoft
Why did
Plus?
Ubisoft Plus think Ubisoft Plus was a good idea?
They didn't. They thought Call of Duty was a good idea.
No, they went, hey, this Netflix is doing
Yeah.
cool. Let's do that. You can play all of the Tom
But,
Clancy
I mean, I'm
games.
happy. I have Game Pass. I would like to play.
I
Call
don't
of
know.
Duty.
You can probably look this up, but I don't know if you get like if you have to pay extra or they're just bringing straight up the games
Yeah,
over.
let's
the
pull it
smart
up
thing
real
to do
quick.
would just straight up bring the games over because no one's buying Ubisoft Plus anyway. So
Wait, no, yeah, because they bought Ubisoft, right?
Ubisoft is bringing subscription to what? Microsoft?
Yeah.
No, they bought Bethesda.
Oh, that's right. I get them. They're basically the same.
Ubisoft originally launched for PC. Yeah, blah 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 blah.
No, so yeah, it's just 14. That's the same. That's the regular price. So it's just coming for free, basically.
Wait, hang on, scroll up. Let me read that. So yeah, the big part of this was that Rainbow Six Extraction is coming out on January 20th.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of YouTubers doing like sponsored gameplay sessions with Extraction with that game,
Okay, so it'll be part of Game Pass Ultimate. You'll be able to play.
which is
Ubisoft Plus.
I have that. So cool.
All right.
Oh, Spelunky 2. Yes.
Hey, I've heard those are good games.
All right,
Every time EA lets some random indie studio make a game for them, it's good.
and PUBG be free now?
PUBG be free now.
PUBG be free now?
Like 5 years late.
It's free on console and it's free on PC.
We're not saying the proper name. It's
PUBG Battlegrounds.
PUBG Battlegrounds.
PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds.
I saw that, I was like, oh, cool.
That is so dumb that the executives forgot the name of their own game. I think that just goes to show you how disconnected the actual industry is from the development side of the game.
No, it's because
Mario Odyssey,
PUBG was what everyone called it.
Yeah.
Right? And they were like, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, that's too long. Let's just shorten it to PUBG. And then they were like, well, we can't just call it PUBG. That's not a real name. And they were like, fine, PUBG Battlegrounds. And we can use PUBG as the brand name IP. And then they were like, what does PUBG stand for? And they were like, don't care, just do it. How about we put on some NFTs as well?
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, so it's free on console and it's free on PC, and so they're doing the Fortnite model.
Cool. They should have done that.
Why
from the
they
beginning.
didn't do this 5 years ago when anyone was
Did
playing
they fix
this game?
their absolutely abhorrent currency system?
No.
Then I won't be playing the game.
There's 20 currencies and you have to click 20 things.
So if you do your daily unlock, you get a piece of a box. You can use that box to open another box, which allows you to get a coupon that you can trade in for 4 coins. Once you get 18 coins, you can trade those coins for 20 coins, which you can buy the cool currency that you used to buy the clothes. Once you buy the clothes,
Now, all clothes
you only get
their currency,
scraps.
the PUBG currency system is insane. It is insane. No one, the developers don't even know what it is.
Every other game got it down. One currency. PUBG's like, no.
They all need to just copy the Fortnite business model.
Yeah.
There's just the one currency. You can
That's what
earn a
Roblox
little bit
did.
of it if you play the game, and you can get a lot of it if you just pay for it.
Yeah, just
that's
pay for
all
it.
you need. You don't need a billion different currencies. That's stupid and insane.
You gotta get the Rubicon first to get the
Especially when your
coins.
primary age demographic is like 11-year-old.
Yeah.
Because if it's V-Bucks and the 11 register, I pay for a thing, I get V-Buck.
Yeah.
V-Buck by cosmetic.
Yeah.
Right. That registers.
That's
for
easy
them.
to understand.
They don't understand the value of money, but that registers for them. Right.
Yeah.
If you go, all of these, there's 6 different currencies, and this will buy this, this will buy this, this will buy this. This you use to buy these different currencies.
Which you need to exchange for the other currency.
What happens is the 11-year-old just goes, what?
And then they
I'll
just give
play
up.
Fortnite.
Yeah, they just leave and go play Fortnite, which is what I did. All right. Anyways, on to wow. We spent a lot of time on gaming news. TV news time. We've got trailer for The Boys season 3. I didn't watch this trailer. Did anything happen in it that's important?
I didn't watch it either.
Cool.
I just saw it came out.
It premieres on June 3rd.
But it's coming out in a week.
Should we
doing
pull it up?
I guess if you want. They're doing the weekly model again.
Oh,
They're back to
great.
they're doing. Everyone didn't like it last time, but they're just gonna do it anyway. It makes sense to me when Disney Plus does that because Disney Plus is month to month.
It's always done that.
But like Prime is year. You just buy a year of Amazon Prime Video.
Yeah, that really makes no sense.
So you're not holding any. They either just have it or they don't.
No, what it does is it generates.
They do it for Twitter.
Yeah, it generates longer periods. of
Yeah,
hype.
so that every week they're talking about it. But
Yeah, I don't. It's muted, so I have no idea what's going. Yeah. Also, I'm getting really tired of Bad Superman.
well, Sam, I hope you love.
Bad Superman.
I hope you love Homelander.
Bad Superman to me is
you're getting a
almost
lot
as
more-
boring
is that the
as
whole
yeah, that's-
teaser?
oh no, there's more. There's just a teaser for Amazon Prime in the middle of it. Oops. Go back.
Look, it's the deep.
Oh, it's that guy.
He's giving an ad for
I think
OSHA
it's
or whatever.
a fake
It's
ad.
a fake
when
ad.
was this uploaded? Hang on.
This 5 days ago.
Oh, so yeah, I guess this is.
This is the new one.
Oh,
Oh,
it is.
Liquid Death. Anyway,
Yeah, sponsor for-
yeah, remember they had what was the last one that they did that was a real drink that we actually had and we were the only people that drunk it? Yeah, it was that fruit soda thing that like only Mama bought. Started with
Is
an
he?
S. Fresca. Last season it was Fresca. They just were constantly shilling for Fresca and it was super weird and out of nowhere.
Maybe they know us personally.
Anyways, the point is
I think they're making fun of
The Boys is coming back. It's
All right.
okay.
It's more of The Boys. It looks like.
Plastic on fire. I like how they're making fun of environmentalism with an ad making fun of environmentalism by setting plastic on fire,
That's
which is
just
bad for the
an ad.
environment.
That was just an ad for Liquid Death. It's a real
Anyway, so that loop of stupid
It's coming
is
out on June 3rd.
I liked The Boys. I thought it was fine. I didn't like the dude whose power was to stretch his penis around and strangle the dude with it. That was really gross and dumb. The rest of the show was fine.
Penis stretcher? This is the best character.
Oh, that's penis.
That really happened in that show. Yeah, penis man is real.
Imagine the
That's what the.
Man,
You know how they're like doing like 4 spin-offs of this show.
Mm-hmm.
That should be one of.
Penis man. I can't wait for that to be a joke in Fantastic Four.
As they're doing the boy.
Yeah.
Movie, yeah.
You know,
They're
who
gonna
would
do
ask that? It would have been Tony Stark, but he's dead now.
No, it'll be Human Torch. Just be like,
Oh yeah, he'll just be like, does everything stretch? And then he'll just be like, you goofy dumb idiot. Oh, silly goose. They won't address it though. Anyways, that totally unrelated rant aside.
Bel Air, baby. Another
baby.
trailer for Bel Air. The Fresh Prince of Bel Air.
Not the Fresh Prince. It's just Bel Air.
It's just Bel Air now.
The ordinary man of Bel Air.
Have you ever watched Fresh Prince of Bel Air? And what if this was big
was
drama?
Worse? And I hope you
What
were
if
wondering that.
What if Will Smith and none of the other cast was here?
What if no one you wanted to see was on screen?
So they basically did a High School Musical.
No, now it's a gritty drama.
Does the Fresh Prince of Bel Air exist in this universe? And it's
No.
just like
It's the same characters and story. It's just more serious than in modern time.
that's
Oh.
lame.
That was my favorite part of Bel Air when it was just.
Because now
Is he
yeah.
famous from something?
This guy?
Yeah.
No.
I loved it when
None of
Because
these
the
people-
only reason why the original Fresh Prince of Bel Air was popular is because Will Smith was like already famous.
Because he had done music at that point. And then this Fresh Prince was like his big.
It was his big break,
acting
but he was
debut.
relatively
Yeah.
famous already.
People knew who he was.
In the Fresh Prince of Bel Air when.
The character's name in the show is Will Smith.
Yeah,
So this guy is playing just playing a guy
Will
named
Smith.
Will Smith.
That's
but
funny.
it isn't like
It's
real
not
life
Will
Will
Smith.
Smith. Shit,
all right, cool. Yeah, it's Fresh Prince of Bel Air.
no one will watch it because it's exclusive to Peacock.
Yeah, no one's gonna see it, so you don't need to worry about it. Anyway,
It's coming out. They're dropping the first. It's gonna air weekly too.
of course.
But they're dropping the premiere on Super Bowl Sunday.
That's just because they have ads. Don't rest your arm on the computer.
Obviously, but that's just gonna drown the crap. No one's gonna watch that on
Yeah.
the highest rated television event of the year by far.
No, they're gonna equalizer it. Remember how last year?
No, but it's not gonna air on NBC. It's just only gonna be on Peacock.
They're gonna equalizer it. They're just gonna
Just gonna
show
litter the show
a
with- yeah.
billion ads for it during the Super Bowl, and no one will watch the show.
They'll be like,
I don't know. I feel like some people might watch it though. I feel like this will be
it'll
relatively
be their
popular.
best rated show.
Yeah.
because it's a recognizable thing. But that doesn't mean it's gonna actually be doing well because
Yeah.
of Peacock. But they're gonna litter the show. I think people are gonna think it's a joke.
I don't think so.
I think a lot of people are gonna go,
No.
oh, haha, funny ad.
I think this will be the Peacock version of Ted Lasso.
No,
I think it will be their one
I think
show
this'll be-
that has a strong, dedicated group of 15 fans, and then they only buy Peacock once a year when the new season drops, and they
they've
totally
already
forget
picked it up
about
for
it.
2 seasons. So
Yeah, it's literally the same as Ted Lasso. This is just a Peacock
hey,
Plus
they have
version.
6 seasons of content to just redo again.
Yeah,
So why not?
why not? Why not just do it? Yeah, why not? All right,
What
anyways.
if no one you knew was in the show?
Hope you guys enjoy
Sam,
Bel Air.
Why don't you pull up them Golden Globes winners? And we can go
Let's
to the
pull it
winners.
up. Who won the Golden Globes, you guys?
No, okay. So the Golden Globes this year, it was not broadcast on NBC.
Was it broadcast at all?
It wasn't a live stream. It was literally just all of the people who vote on it sat in a room somewhere and they just tweeted out who won everything.
Cool, I guess I just have to accept the thing.
Okay,
great.
so the winner of Best Picture Drama,
Power of the Dog.
The Power of the Dog.
Or sorry, Power of the Dog, the.
I don't know why they put that.
I don't either. It's dumb. Who's
So-
this person?
And that's Kirsten Dunst.
But why is she here?
'Cause she's in it.
Ah, other things.
Spider-Man.
Okay.
Anyways, yeah, so
So
Power of
it
the Dog
beat
wins.
King Richard, Dune, Coda, and Belfast. Yeah,
I'm
I see
surprised
that.
it beat King Richard, but otherwise not super
King Richard's
surprising.
only awards chance right now is Will Smith winning
Yeah.
Best Actor.
We have Best Picture,
Musical or comedy, 'cause
West
some-
Side Story. Those should not be combined.
I don't know why they do
Wholly
that.
separate.
They do it because there's never enough comedies and there's never enough musicals, but they should just scratch that and just put all of them into one, like the Oscars do. I don't know why they do this.
Good, but Not
But yeah, they beat out
Sereno,
that.
which I don't even think that's had a wide release
I don't
yet.
even know what that is.
Don't Look Up, which
This
was,
should not have been nominated. Everyone I know,
comedy.
even normal people, realized that it was like a terrible movie.
but Sam, it's got so many famous people.
Licorice Pizza, which I think still hasn't been widely released
No,
yet.
that got a wide release, but no one saw it because it came out with Spider-Man time.
Surprising. And Tick Tick Boom, which should have
Good
won
movie.
because it was better than West Side Story. I mean, West Side Story was still good, but
I like
Tick Tick
those.
Boom
I
was
like
better.
those both. I would have been fine with either one of those.
Yeah, I don't think this was bad. Like, I think it deserves it, but I think Tick Tick Boom was a little bit better. But it's okay.
Best
Anyways,
actress, motion picture drama.
Nicole Kidman from Being the Ricardos.
She was not the front runner. The front runner was Kristen Stewart.
From Spencer. Yeah, not
But-
surprised. I don't know what
You know,
any of these
I
people
bet
win.
you I bet you I know why Nicole Kidman won.
Because she looks the scariest.
Because she was.
looks so scary.
You know why?
Who took this picture? This woman looks like she wants to kill me.
She's like doing this.
She looks like she's about to like call the cops and fake being bit by a dog right here.
Because Being the Ricardos was about Hollywood.
Oh, you're right.
So it was a competition between Spencer and Hollywood and Being the Ricardos. Both movies about Hollywood's two favorite topics, which is the royal family and Hollywood.
Hmm.
And they chose
I
Hollywood.
guess they chose Hollywood.
And I think also because she's older.
Yeah.
And they don't know who Kristen Stewart is because they're 80-year-old men.
But yeah, cool. Best actor,
Will
most picture
Smith.
drama, Will Smith.
Yeah, that was kind of a shoo-in.
We called it. But
Yeah.
I mean, still nice. Very
None
cool.
of these guys really. What was Mahershala Ali in this year?
Swan Song.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
Or Being the
The
Ricardos.
closest guy to have the chance was Benedict Cumberbatch, but it was obviously Will Smith's shoe.
for Spider-Man. Yeah, he was really good in Spider-Man. You're right.
Yeah.
Best
Best actress.
Best motion picture musical.
I
or
think
comedy.
we called her when we did the
I
original
called
one.
it too.
Yeah, she was very good in that.
This was the young, hot, fresh new star out of
Yeah.
the gate. Getting all the awards. That
Can't
was
wait for her to eventually release a couple albums in collaboration with Disney, and then
Disappear
have
for
a drug
5
spiral
years
for a few years,
and
and then come
pop up
back
on
as a
Hulu.
regular person.
Come back and do a Hulu show.
Yep, definitely not like Selena Gomez. Anyways,
The other.
I think she deserved it. She was very good in West Side Story.
Better than Jennifer Lawrence and Don't Look Up.
Definitely better than Emma Stone. Definitely better than Jennifer
Emma Stone
Lawrence.
was just doing Emma Stone.
I didn't see your movie. No one did.
Yeah.
I didn't see your movie either. I don't even know who you are. All right.
Best actor.
Easy dub.
shoo-in, yeah.
Now that I've seen this movie,
Especially,
easy win.
especially since they separated musical and drama. It was usually
Like, yeah, no way
Fine.
this guy was winning. No way this guy was winning. Peter, really?
At least you got none.
And no way this guy was winning.
Yeah, no, they never could
That was an
Easy
obvious
shoo-in,
shoe-in.
yeah, that was. This was kind of a surprise to me.
Best supporting actress.
This was.
She was really good in West Side Story too.
Yeah.
So,
This was.
I
forget
think
her name in the show.
I don't know.
Yeah, she was. Anita.
Yeah.
She was the.
And then they beat out
But
Kirsten Dunst.
I don't know what any of these were. So
Wait. Okay, hang on. Scroll. Is this best actress or best supporting actress?
supporting.
Right. Okay. Because they do actor and actress for each of the musical comedy and drama categories,
Yeah.
and then best supporting actor they just lump them all in, but they have the same amount of nominees. This is why the Golden Globes is really dumb.
Moronic. It's
One of the
stupid.
many reasons why the Golden Globes is really.
I think the Golden Globes is my least favorite award show, just from the way they. Why is comedy and musical together?
Why are those together, and why is the supporting separated from the normal, and
I'm not-
why do they also do TV? And why do you have 5 nominees for everything? That's
Who
like
knows?
anyways,
Anyways,
These came out this
but yeah, she was very good, and I'm not surprised at all.
And beat out.
All right, who are you?
Best supporting actor Cody Smith McPhee.
That's Frogman, right? He played Frogman.
Damn, that's mean.
That's the guy from Paranormal.
Wait. Hold up. Where is he? There he is.
Wait, hang on, go back. Was it the same guy?
Is it?
Go. No, it was actually the same guy. It was
Oh my
the same
gosh,
guy.
it is the same guy. That was a joke.
I guess
That's real. That just happened. That was live. You guys just saw that happen. That was not planned.
Good for Paranormal.
That's actually super funny.
Wait,
Okay,
scroll down. Who did he
Discord, shut
beat?
up. That's super funny. Okay.
Ben Affleck, Jamie Dornan. Yeah. Oh. No, it should have been Troy Kutzer.
No, he was on Apple TV Plus. No one cares about that.
But he was real good in that.
Doesn't
movie.
matter.
Should have won.
Alrighty. Best director for a motion picture.
Jane Campion for The
Power of the
Power of Dog.
I didn't see that movie. I don't know if she was good in it.
I
but
haven't
okay.
watched it yet. Beat Spielberg.
Maggie Gyllenhaal always creeps me out, and I don't know why. You know, he's looking a little creepy too.
Denis Villeneuve.
He looks a little bit
and
too
Kenneth
happy.
Branagh.
He looks like he's about to.
Why is he smiling so big but with no teeth? This is creeping me out. Anyway,
They're all doing it. Spielberg's doing it too. Look at Spielberg.
he's the only one that looks like he's genuinely having a good time.
They all look like they're gonna kill the cameraman.
You look less creepy, but still pretty creepy.
I
You
don't
look
think
creepy.
that. I think it's because that's the creepiest Spielberg can look.
Yeah, he generally looks pretty friendly.
They all look like they're gonna murder the cameraman.
And she, at
afterwards.
least she's smiling like normally.
Yeah.
Well, except for in the middle one.
I think that's just because she's staring directly into the camera.
Yeah, that's the shot too.
Anyways,
Yeah. Sure. Whatever.
cool. Yeah, I didn't see that movie,
screenplay?
but okay.
Belfast. Beat Out. Don't Look Up. Yeah.
Yeah, that seems like
Ricardo's,
from what I've seen,
sure.
that seems like sure.
Power of the Dog. Yeah. Best Picture Animated. Encanto.
Who could have
You
guessed?
said that wouldn't happen.
Mitchell's versus the Machines didn't even get nominated.
And it should have won, but okay.
It Brian the Last Dragon got nominated over that movie. I don't even remember what happened in that movie.
Yeah, tell me what. And same with Luca. Like, yeah, it was better, but
Luke was
It
fine.
was just.
wasn't particularly
All
memorable.
three of the Disney movies this year were just fine.
Encanto was clearly the most.
It was obviously gonna win.
Yeah, it was clearly the most passionately developed of the three. I
Yeah.
would say.
Also had Stephanie B.
Who's that?
Rosa from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh yeah.
Is that the last one?
Wait, why is her name not on here?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because her face is
Her
right
name is
there.
Encanto.
Her name's Encanto. It's just a
it was-
giant
because
picture
it
of her
was the-
face and then Encanto.
Because it was the movie one, not her.
Anyways.
My science teacher.
Best
She was-
Picture,
she
foreign
was-
language.
Non-English language. Why don't they?
Formerly foreign language.
Why aren't they just the same? It's like foreign.
No,
like-
they're the same. No, it's the same
no.
category.
Why isn't it the same as with the other best pictures? Why are we separating them because they're in a different language?
Because they don't. Because these ones they don't watch and the other ones they do.
Yeah, that's stupid. It's like these are movies, but they're not in English, so they get. We're gonna put them in a box by
It's so
Is
themselves.
that why the title is Drive?
Sam, you want to know the real reason?
Drive
Because
America.
people who live in America don't watch movies from
Yeah.
other countries.
No,
Is it
there's
black
probably
spots?
Yeah.
Yeah, just
there's probably one person. There's one person. What are you doing? You got glitter on your face from
no,
theater?
it's from the headsets.
Oh yeah, the little stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that stuff's
Anyway.
gross. Anyway,
They do it because people in America generally don't watch movies and subtitles.
there's probably one dude in the. What's the name of the not the Academy? What are they called? The
The
Globians.
foreign press.
There's one
The
Globian.
Hollywood Foreign Press.
There's one Globian who watches all the foreign language films.
He just picks.
But he only watches Korean and Japanese foreign language films, which is why they're the only ones that ever get
No, they
nominated.
literally just the ones who they do for this one. They just pick the most popular.
Yeah, look, the only one that won was the one that, Germany, Italy, Iran, France, okay,
Those are
and
very
Spain.
good places.
Spain. No, go up. This movie, Drive My Car, won, and
What is it about?
apparently it's like 4 hours long.
But what is it about?
I don't know.
Okay,
I heard
look
the
it up.
plot synopsis one time. I just forget of what it was.
An aging, widowed actor seeks a chauffeur. The actor turns into his go-to mechanic, who ends up recommending a 20-year-old girl despite the initial misgivings of her. Oh. Okay.
Hang on, scroll down. It's 3 hours long.
Anyway, we're just gonna...
Adapted from Adapted from Drive My Car, the song.
Wait, what? Okay, hold up. Yeah, we need to go back. No, not that. Where's the history?
What was it adapted from? Was it? I guess it was probably like a.
Wait.
Go to adapted from.
Widowed actor, that's when it's a man and his wife dies, right?
No, that's
Well, because they would say
You're a
actress.
widow whenever you're.
Yeah, it's
spouse
actor,
dies.
though, so it's like
It's a dude.
yeah, okay.
Anyway, go over here. Adapted from Drive My Car. It's underneath director and release date on the right. Above awards. It's scroll down. You passed it. See those like little
here it is.
things you ignore.
Uh-huh.
No, go to the right.
The people also.
This is the right, Tucker.
I know. Look, read adapted from.
Oh, Drive My Car.
Yes. What?
That's just the movie.
Oh, it was a short film.
Oh.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
So you made a short film and then you made it into a feature.
Okay.
So now you-
Yeah, so an old actor is set up with a 20-year-old girl. That's... Thank you, Japan, for
Okay.
continuing to do Japan things.
Cool. It got a 98% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I'm sure it's not creepy at all.
Sweetie, go on.
All right,
I'll
let's
pay
move.
for your college, hun.
Let's move on.
Real, I'll pay your college loans type of vibes.
All
from
right,
that
let's
movie.
move on.
Anyways,
Me, Uncle Bill.
Let's keep going, friends.
man, we're getting spicy on this episode.
This is not.
This is an interesting
what happened
episode.
when Patrick's not here? Best score. Hans Zimmer.
Man, could you imagine if we had brought up Hassan and Patrick was here? Ooh. Anyway,
You'd have to delete the whole episode.
best
Just
score
going on a
motion
rant.
picture, Hans Zimmer for Dune. Yeah. Did any other movie this year have like a notable
Let's scroll
score?
down. Encanto.
Did it even
French
have a score?
Dispatch,
I know Encanto was like 90% just the songs.
Yeah.
No one saw this. No one cares about that. I've never even heard of that. So yeah, thank you, Dune.
This had the boom boom.
Yeah.
Boom, boom.
Best song. No Time to Die from No Time to Die.
Because it was the only song.
Technically,
Hey, look, she's wearing an AMC.
that song came out a year ago.
Look at her, Sam. Watches.
Look, she watches Attack on Titan. You know what else came out? Attack on Titan did.
Terrible shirt.
Yeah, that's. Anyways, yeah.
What else was it competing?
And no
And I think
What?
No Time.
Whoa, wait a minute. It beat Encanto?
Yeah.
How?
What song was that
No,
one?
it's because people listen to Billie Eilish.
Yeah, wait. Which one is this?
No, they always let the Bond song win the year.
What? Why is that what happens when you? What? Okay.
Now we're on a different page
What on
entirely.
earth just happened?
I think it's because
No, what?
Billie Eilish has
Go back. Go back another. No,
bands.
why are you flipping back? Go back one.
If I go back one, that's what
Oh,
happens.
now because you've gone back and forth so many
Now,
times.
where were we at 4?
We were at 5, I think.
No, we were at 4. Okay, let's just. Guess we'll have to
Look
do it
it up.
manually.
Huh?
I think it's because
Dos
Bond has just been out longer,
Urugutes.
and there's Billie Eilish fans.
All right, which one was this?
Which one was that one?
Was
Was it all in Spanish?
I guess we'll just have to listen to it. Let's find
I think
out.
that's what-
First, we have to listen to this ad for
Oh wait,
a
we're
restaurant
getting
I've
copyright
never heard of.
strike. What are you doing?
It's fine. Oh, that's the one from the beginning. Okay,
That one sucks.
that's the one
Oh.
from the very beginning and the very end.
Okay.
How did that? Okay, out of all the songs, that one was the one that got nominated. That was the one that like I've heard the least people
I guess
care
'cause
about.
They probably got like a real singer.
Hey,
Probably,
at least,
yeah.
at least the song was actually in the movie, unlike King Richard and Belfast, which they just play the song in the credits. Respect.
Well, it was the same
My
with
guess
this one.
is she
No,
sings
that
it
one
at
was
some-
also the only time you hear the full song is in the credits.
Yeah, they do that there. And then Respect, I'm guessing she sings that at some point in the movie because it's an Aretha Franklin biopic. But No Time to Die, they always pick the Bond song. Like Skyfall won
Yeah.
that year. I think Casino Royale. Except for Quantum of Solace because that song was sucked. Anyway,
All right, cool.
best drama series. Now we get the TV, baby.
Oh, Succession.
Succession, the easy shoe-in.
Who could have
Everyone
seen
saw that coming.
Squid Game should have won. That's so
People
stupid.
be loving
Squid
Succession.
Game should have won.
People be loving
That is
Succession.
absolutely a snub.
You didn't watch that show.
No one did.
Succession?
The only people who
It's
watch
like HBO's highest viewed series.
the only people who watch Succession are like 15-year-old girls and like 60-year-old people. That's it.
Tucker, Squid Game was like one of the biggest shows.
Everyone I know saw Squid Game. How often does that happen?
It's not most watched show. It's whatever these people think is the best one.
How do you decide what the best show is?
Take a vote.
And what is a vote? How do you
What do
win
you
a
mean, what is a
How do you
vote?
win a vote?
You make a good show.
No, how do you win a vote?
You say the things that people like the
How
most.
do you win a vote? The most people vote for you.
So they didn't, though.
Yes, but this should have won because the most people saw it, so they voted with their time that was the anyway. My point is, this show should have won. It's better.
Let's see.
Best musical They do it here too. Okay, there's not even musical series. What are they talking about? These are all comedies.
Yeah, there's no musical shows. When was the last time there was a musical show? Like Zoe?
No,
Zoe's
it's so
Extraordinary
expensive.
Playlist? That's the only
that's
one.
That's not even a thing that anyone does anymore. Anyway.
Wait, this was a show? I thought that was a movie.
No, that's a whole... I watched that show.
It's a show? I thought it was a
10
movie.
episodes.
What?
Yeah.
It's definitely a movie.
We'll talk about it later. There's news for it. Anyway, it beat Reservation Dogs, Ted Lasso Season 2, and The Great Season 2.
Ted Lasso should win.
I've
Actually,
heard
no.
good
Ted
things
Lasso
about
should
all
not
of
have won.
those. Especially Hacks.
Honestly, I didn't see
I've heard good things about Hacks.
the only one of these that I saw was Ted Lasso, and I thought
watched
it was only
Ted Lasso
meh.
and Only Murders in the Building.
Warmed up.
I've heard The
Selena
Great's
Gomez
good
is
too,
on
and
that
I
one.
got picked up
Selena
season 3
Gomez.
this week.
Alrighty, best television motion picture. Underground Railroad. I didn't see any.
What do they get? Okay,
What is a television motion picture?
If it debuts on a streaming service, what do you count as a movie and as a show? Dope Sick is a show. Impeachment, American Crime Story, and Mare of Easttown are all shows. They're just mini-series. Like, those were each, 9 episodes long.
Who knows?
Just scroll.
Who
This is so
knows? That's a
stupid.
dumb category.
What are they doing?
Congratulations, Underground Railroad. What on earth
win.
is your category, though?
Best Actress, Television Motion Picture, Kate Winslet. Easy
For
shoo-in.
what?
Didn't
Mayor of Easttown?
beat
I'm surprised
WandaVision.
Elizabeth.
No,
What?
I'm not. I mean, her performance was good, but that's
Max,
No,
she
the
spent
show
the
was-
entire last episode shooting energy balls.
Yeah, but she was
it's her performance, though. It's not the
The
show.
gold guy
Anyways.
checked
The
out.
show wasn't like the best.
Anyways,
Oh my
Michael Keaton for Dope Sick,
Sure.
which here
This is the most
is
famous-
still rated as a motion picture for some
He's
reason.
the most famousest man out of all of them.
And he won over those
Those
guys. All right, best television actress
drama series
for Pose. This woman from Pose. What is Pose? Don't know.
I think it's about dancing.
Okay, yeah, sure. Why?
Page 5.
Yeah, hang on.
We're about to go to 6.
Here we go. Okay. Congratulations,
Good job.
Miss
Miss Rodriguez, for your victory over those other women.
Jennifer Aniston. Good job. This TV actress, Succession Man.
Jeremy Strong, that's a real
He's
name.
got like scruff beard. No,
He should regrow the beard.
it was no.
The
he-
beard looks
This isn't the
best.
look.
he
This is the
evolved
look.
And then he de-evolved.
Unless that's the most recent picture.
And then correct, just keep the beard. Don't shave it again.
Yeah,
Anyways,
you look like a-
he beat out
He beat another guy from Succession.
those dudes. Oh, he
The
should have
Squid
won.
Game guy.
Squid Game guy should have
He
won.
built the
How
guy
did
from
Squid Game?
Pose.
Okay, how did Succession
He
win
beat
both?
Lupin.
You
What?
should. Squid Game guy should have won.
Squid Game should've got
Sam?
something.
Succession is like the ultimate show that they love.
Yes, but he should have won.
It's
Anyways,
a bunch of rich white people in a business.
best television actress, musical comedy.
Smart.
Woman
Yeah.
from Hacks.
This is like her big comeback.
Great. She beat out
these guys.
these people. Okay. Cool.
Best, yeah. Jason Sudeikis won best TV actor
He
in
looks
comedy.
totally different with a beard.
Yeah.
He does not look like the same guy at all.
He does, kind of, pretty much exactly the same.
No, that beard looks different. He looking different with a beard. Anyway,
That's because most people do.
oh, he beat out Steve Martin. Why is his picture in black and white?
Probably because it's from 1972.
Okay, yeah.
He beat out
cool.
Steve Martin and Martin Short, who both got nominated for Only Builders in the Building. He beat Nicholas Hoult. He beat Anthony Anderson, who will probably win the next year's Golden Globes because it's his final season on Black.
And be in some sort of accident that turns him into a superhero because he has a name with alliteration in it.
Cool, dude.
Anthony
Way to go.
Anderson.
Good name.
Anyways,
Best supporting actress in all
Sarah
of
Snook.
television. Because that's how this
why does it
works.
keep doing that?
Number 6.
Yes, I know. I can only click to 4. That's as far as it goes, and then I have to do it again. All right. Yeah. Congratulations, Miss Snook. You
Beat
did it.
out
Those
these guys.
people. Great. Amazing.
Christ,
Oh,
you're
yeah,
in
Squid Game guy.
Best supporting actor, Oh Young So.
Good.
Squid Game. He was good. He was in the show the least out of
Yeah.
all of the
Was
he
male
in the-
supporting actors.
Was
But
he in
okay.
the first episode a lot?
No, he was
Because
in
that
like,
was probably the only episode.
he was
that
in
these
like
guys
2
watched.
scenes in the first
I mean,
episode.
he was like good.
He was there at the beginning and then at the end. That was it.
Well, those
Who
were,
did
like,
he
the major
beat?
Parts, but what's the other time he...
All right, yeah, and he beat out those
Morning Show guy.
That guy
Kieran
looks
Culkin,
sad.
Looks like,
Mark
He always looks
Duplass,
he
and
looks like
Fred
the
Goldstein.
part where
The man made of CGI.
holding the wire. He looks...
All right,
Max, that's
is
because
that
he's.
it?
Okay. Never mind.
Is that it? Are we done? You
Yeah,
got them
that's
all?
it for Golden Globes.
All right, Golden Globes are done. Yay! Okay, Laura Donnelly joins the Marvel Studios Halloween special. There's a Marvel Studios Halloween
It
special.
hasn't been like officially announced, but it's like everyone knows it.
Okay.
We know it's gonna be Werewolf by Night. And it'll be
Woo.
Gael Garcia Bernal, I think.
Awesome. Yeah.
Vampire by Night.
woo.
Sam, you hyped?
No. All right.
Want a Marvel Halloween special, Sam?
Do not care. Production on Invincible Season 2 will start very soon, says star Steven Yeun.
Why did they start already? Why are you taking so
Should
long?
have finished it already. Oh, given the production value of the last season, which, let's be honest, it's hot garbage.
And if they're not even doing voice work yet, that means they haven't even
done
started
anything.
animation.
Yeah.
That means they just finished script writing.
How are they? Which is already written because it's basically
comic.
a shot-for-shot remake of
You
the
just need
comic.
to do the comic in
Yeah.
a show.
Cool. Awesome.
Why is it taking so long? Dude?
Finish it. Paramount Plus, The Offer,
It's a TV show.
about the making of The Godfather, sets premiere date of April 28th.
So
Is
this
this
is
a fictional show?
so this is a Paramount Plus original series.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fictional. It's like a fictional version. It's not a documentary,
Yeah.
and it's about the making of The Godfather, the actual movie.
That is incredibly stupid, conceptually speaking.
Apparently, the story's pretty interesting.
That doesn't really matter, though. Why not just make an actual?
It's kind of a hard sell.
It's a very dumb idea. Why would you even do that? Why on earth would you?
Because they're not going to make The Godfather show.
Why would you make a fictional retelling of?
Well, it's like it's based. It's going to be mostly like what actually happened. They're not going to like make up random stuff.
That's so dumb.
That'd be weird.
This is a fictional retelling of the making of a movie.
Well, it's like all the real people. It's like the people who were actually. It's not like.
So wait, it's fictional kind of documentary.
It's based on a true story.
That's so dumb.
Make a documentary.
Was there no documentary footage of
Because
the
this is the
actual
best
event?
way. Because this is the best way to exercise the Godfather brand. Because they can't make like the Godfather 4.
Yeah, so why
Yeah, they
not
can.
Because everyone in those movies is dead.
The Godfather 4, The Godchild.
the God Kid?
Easy.
They're not gonna do that.
I did it.
Because everyone would hate them.
This is already stupid.
But like, if you do a show about the making of the thing, then no one's
But
gonna
it's a
care.
show. It's a fake
no
recreation.
one will hate it.
It's a fake retelling of a thing that actually happened.
Sam, you know
that they
this
could have just
you know
actually
these shows
told us.
happen all the time, right?
Yeah, and it's stupid every time. Why would you do this?
This is like
Imagine if Hearts of Dark.
Sam.
Imagine if Hearts of Darkness was just like a fictional retelling of the actual making of the movie. That would have been so stupid. When you could just actually do it. That's dumb. Anyway.
Documentaries, no one watches those.
they
Anyway.
do.
No, they don't. Max, when's the last time you watched a
Scott
documentary?
Pilgrim anime series in works at Netflix with the original creator.
That's not something
we
Netflix
all know
normally
that
does.
Netflix is bad at anime adaptations to live action. However, their live action to anime adaptations have all been surprisingly good.
It's a comic.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, but it's also a live action movie. I'm just trying to do a funny.
They're translating.
I'm just doing a funny.
Okay.
Yeah. It'll probably be good. Netflix's original anime have been hitting it out of the park. Pretty much 10 out of 10 almost every time. They made Castlevania, they made The Witcher, they made
Transformers War for Cybertron
That's not an anime.
trilogy.
they
They say
made-
it's an anime.
It isn't. It's CGI, even if it was an anime.
It's made by the Ruby dudes.
They don't make anime. Anyways,
They say they make anime.
they make really, really, really dumb cartoons. Okay, they started off good until the creator died, and then it got stupid. You know, he died from a bee sting. The creator died from a bee sting, and he left basically no floor plan for them to continue the show, and so they just had to make up what they thought was going to happen next.
For what
For
show was
Ruby.
this?
For Ruby.
Oda died,
Oh.
and I'm making one.
He very well could. He's been making it for like 30 years.
Although he's not that old. But it would be...
Anyway,
Sam, have you seen the movie?
I've seen the movie Scott Pilgrim.
I
I've
like
not
it.
read the comic book.
half of it,
I thought
and I...
it was fine, but like Scott Pilgrim's a terrible person.
That's kind of the point.
But he gets everything he wants.
Yeah.
And he's just fine. Like, nothing happens to him that is bad. He just is a terrible person the whole movie, and then he gets everything he wants.
Mm-hmm.
What is the point of that story?
But Michael Cera goes, I like garlic bread.
He goes, I would like to date the hot woman.
If they're doing an anime series, I think they should get the cast from the movie back, because they're all good.
And they already work at Netflix, most of them.
Yeah, and if it's voice work, they don't have to like
do much.
They
Yeah.
don't have to like die out or whatever. They just come in and record their lines.
Come in
So
and
they don't
do
even have to go for voiceover for stuff. You don't even have to go into the studio now. You just do it at home.
Do it at home with your
They
phone.
just mail you the phone and
They
like
just mail you a
the script
microphone
on your phone, and then you just read it.
Yeah. Anyways, production on X-Men 97 begins.
So this is the continuation of the original '90s series that'll be on Disney Plus.
Hopefully, it will be animated in a not.
Is it Netflix?
Most Netflix original anime just means they are the only person in America with the license. When I say Netflix original anime, I mean shows they actually
Yeah, I
developed.
mean a lot of Netflix original stuff is just stuff they've acquired.
Yeah. When I say Netflix original anime, I mean like they actually developed the series. It'll say in production with Netflix.
Like you'll see like
So that would be like Carol and Tuesday. I would consider a Netflix original.
My favorite Netflix. Euphoria. That's a good.
Not on Netflix and
Next.
not an anime.
you just looked.
No, it.
Anyway. Ed Brubaker, who's a comic writer most famous for creating Winter Soldier, will executive produce and serve as the head writer on Batman Cape Crusader, which is, of course, the new animated series
Yeah.
coming out next year. Bruce Timm, who did a lot of the work creating the original Batman the Animated Series, will serve as showrunner on this new show.
Which is good. That's what we want.
J.J. Abrams and Matt Reeves are executive producing, and the first season will consist of 10 episodes.
It's a little bit confusing, but okay.
And we know that the animation style will basically be the same as the Batman Strange Days short from a few years ago, just not in black and white. Yeah, we talked about
Okay.
this one.
Yeah. Wasn't a huge fan of that, but okay. Anyway.
They're gonna release a week.
Yes.
I don't.
Yes.
Probably.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
it's
Yes.
HBO Max / Cartoon Network.
Yes.
So I think it's.
Yes. It will be weekly.
I think they're gonna do it on HBO Max and then it'll air on Cartoon Network after it's like finished.
Yeah, probably.
Or they'll just
If they're gonna do
or
that,
they'll just air it at the same
Young
time.
Justice isn't airing on Cartoon Network, is it?
No.
So dumb. Anyway.
James Gunn.
James Gunn working on another secret DC series for HBO Max. So
Which random side characters do you think they'll indulge this time?
I think it'll be Ratcatcher 2. I think it'll be a Ratcatcher 2 show.
Do you think they're gonna? I don't know if it'll be another Suicide Squad thing.
It'll be another Suicide Squad.
Maybe they'll let them work with something else.
Thing I know.
That movie
Make more of that.
movie didn't do well.
And yet it's getting a show anyway.
Peacemaker already made before movie came out. I don't know what character you think would be a good fit with him.
Ratcatcher 2, bro.
Well, like other than like a character he's already.
Oh, like
worked
a
with.
character that he hasn't done yet that would be a good fit for.
I think he could do stuff with Plastic Man.
I think he'd be good with Plastic Man. But-
His whole thing is like taking characters that like that are like jokes
and making them
like relatable.
Yeah.
And like
not a whole lot of DC characters left,
I don't know.
to be quite honest.
DC characters are so like serious,
Yeah.
they're like the epitomes of greatness or whatever. You need like a jokey team for him to do,
Yeah.
which is why Suicide Squad was such a good fit with him.
They could do. What was the squad that Arm Fall Off Boy and like Expansion Boy was on? You know, that one team that was like all like just absolutely like Matter Eater Lad. Yeah, give him Matter Eater Lad. What can you do with that?
I see you either do that or you give him something darker to do stuff with, and you can either let him indulge himself in like dumb comedy and like haha penis,
Or like dark comedy.
or like dark violent.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna, I think like a Red Hood. I think he could do something kind of cool with that.
Red Hood's way too serious. Anyway.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
But most likely it's another Suicide Squad.
Female-led reboot of Zorro in the works at CW.
Do you remember Zorro?
The sword guy?
Yup. Now it's a girl.
And they're not calling it Zora. It's still Zorro.
No, it'll still be called Zorro.
Okay.
No, when they in the article it said Zorro reboot in the works at CW looking for Latinx actress, and I was just like,
oh, so
Latina.
So
that's how gendered language works.
So wait, so are they just looking for an actress,
No,
or
they're doing a whole show?
Or is it is she going to be playing Zorro though?
It'll be new, hip, cool, young girl Zorro.
Interesting. I mean,
I don't know if it's just going to be another Zorro thing or if it'll be continuation of like.
I mean, Zorro wouldn't be too hard to flip genders. I mean, that wasn't really super. Intrinsic to the character. Yeah, that's not hard.
That's all you do.
But
I trust my friends over at the CW.
Yeah, that's the thing, is because it's CW, it's going to be horrible.
God awful.
If it was, if you told me Netflix was going to do a female Zorro show, I'd be like, okay, that's dumb, but okay. It'll probably be fine. CW, no. It can only be terrible. It's going to have a budget of
$4. It's going to have the worst writers in all of television.
Can they just fire all the writers at CW?
Well, we'll talk about firing the CW later. Anyway,
Oscars.
While we talk about crappy actresses, let's talk about Amy Schumer.
Oh, Amy Schumer.
She's been cast in Only Murders in the Building season 2. Wow, I'm not looking forward to that
Only
anymore.
Murders in the Building is going to become like the Legends of Tomorrow of real life actors.
Washed up actresses.
Yeah, it's just that's where you go when you're done doing other things.
When your career has ended.
Your career's over. You don't have anything else, so you're going here now.
You're going to Only. What if I'd be fine with it if they made her the murder.
That would be actually hilarious.
It's me.
I'd be cool with it.
Stinky down here.
if she's the murderer and she's in like one episode.
That would be funny.
Oh my God, why Amy Schumer?
Yeah. Anyway, Oscars to have a host for the first time in 3 years.
What?
Whoa.
They're back.
Disney.
So the Oscars, right?
This was before we figured out who it was going to be, right? Where you?
No, we don't. There's. Okay, so the Oscars since 2019 haven't had a host.
Yeah.
Because they fired Kevin Hart because he had bad old tweets, and they just didn't bother to find anyone
else. And then they just didn't.
And then the next year they just didn't do it again for some reason. And then the year after that it was COVID, and the whole show was messed up.
Yeah.
And they were just like, whatever,
screw
we're not
it.
doing it again. Ratings for the last one were their lowest point in forever. Right?
Yeah.
Disney owns the broadcast rights, the Oscars on ABC. Disney went in and went, you need to have a host, and it needs to be someone who's like famous. Because like before, the host was always like a late night host. It was always like Jimmy Kimmel.
Someone who hosts
Jimmy Kimmel did it like 3 years in a row. It was Ellen DeGeneres for a while.
It's someone who hosts things.
Yeah. And they're like, we want like a big name celebrity. So they've been reaching out to people like Dwayne Johnson. They reached out to Tom Holland. And then there was another article that came out earlier today at the time of recording this where they are in actual talks with Pete Davidson.
Yeah.
Which is like,
he hosted that New Year's thing.
Because he hosted that New Year's thing for them, and that apparently did like pretty okay.
Right.
All right. I hope you had a good time tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be back.
I see why Disney's doing this, because the show has been total chaos for like past couple of years. It
has been nothing but a problem for itself.
Yeah. It's caused all of its own problems. For the past couple of years. So I see why they want to host. Why Pete Davidson is their pick, I don't know. Does everyone else turn them down?
I guess so, because I don't know why else you'd go with Pete Davidson.
Like, you're like, it's like your choice. You go with like The Rock, he says no. Tom Holland, he says no. Pete Davidson?
Sure, why not?
No, you reach out to like Robert Downey Jr.
He would.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
He would. Yeah, maybe. Anyways,
maybe like a Steve Martin or something. I don't know.
Hey, Martin Short. He's doing.
And so the big thing over on Twitter now is who's going to host the Oscars. What they should do is
let's get missing content.
What they should do is get Kermit the Frog, the puppet.
I would
Disney
totally
branding. Disney branding. I would be down for that. I would actually be down for that.
I would 100%
imagine
watch a Kermit Muppet, a Kermit Oscars.
The 89th Oscars or whatever on, or 93rd.
Presented by
Kermit the Frog. Dude, that'd be so freaking cool.
I would
and you could have the
totally watch
Muppets
that.
come out and do bits.
They could do little skits and things.
They could do like stuff that requires thought that wouldn't just be Jimmy Kimmel coming out and going like, I bet you Trump's tweeting mean things about us right now, and then everyone in the room goes, No, the only good part. So normally when they do a host, right, they do like wacky antics to make the show be 11 hours instead of 2. And the past few years, they've just had like random people come up and do antics.
And it was usually just them being like, whoopie doopie, I sure am a whoopie doopie poopy person, ain't I? And they're like,
Sit back down.
oh, you are certainly a whoopie doopie person.
Half of the broadcast would be like, hey, Glenn Close, can you do a Fortnite dance? And then they'd be like, all right, we're going to put the ads over like all of the technical awards.
Hey guys,
Anyway, so the Oscars are being held way too late in the year on March 27th. 3 whole months after 2021 ended.
Yep.
But the nominations are due on February 8th. That doesn't mean they're coming out on the 8th. That means that's when they'll decide what is nominated. And then they'll probably release it in 2 weeks later.
Great. Awesome. Very cool. What's next?
Okay, here's a big story right here. Bam. Work that out.
Warner Media and Viacom CBS looking to sell a majority or all of their stake in the CW, according to
So if you pull
this
up that, it's got
Deadline
more
article
details
here.
there.
Let's
So
read review that.
according to this article, CW, which you all know,
CEO Mark Pedowitz confirms Warner Media and Viacom CBS exploring strategic opportunities as majority stake in network is shopped with Nexstar among suitors.
So if you scroll down a little bit, it gives it into more detail, but basically what it says is, so CBS and Warner Media did the CW in, I believe, 2003.
Yes.
After the WB, they integrated it into this. They both own 50%. They both supply content to it.
Yes.
But according to this article, CW has not been profitable since
Its foundation.
2006.
Yeah, basically since it existed.
They have been operating at a deficit for
2006.
15 years. And what it goes on further to say is that, so we all know how CW shows are funded, right?
Mm-hmm.
They sell them to Netflix.
To Netflix, and Netflix
after the
bankrolls them.
and they
yeah.
basically they pay for the production budget of the show. Well, what's happening is Viacom CBS has Paramount Plus, the new streaming service,
Yeah.
and Warner Brothers has HBO Max.
Yeah.
All of the new shows they're producing, Man and Lois, Batwoman,
All on HBO Max.
Riverdale, like not Riverdale, but like whatever CBS is doing.
Veil, you mean?
No, that's the alternate universe where the murderers are coming from.
CBS is doing,
That's actually what's happening in
know.
the show right now.
but CBS is doing like, I forget what their newest thing is, but like their new shows are going to their own services after they air, which means Netflix ain't paying for them anymore because they're not selling them to Netflix.
Right.
Well, if they're not covering their budgets via Netflix and the CW is not making any money, why do we have the CW? So their plan here is they're in talks with Nexstar, which is like a giant media conglomerate, and they're going to sell 80% of their stock or more or less, or slightly less, to Nexstar,
Yeah.
and they'll still be responsible for supplying content to it, but they won't have to like pay for all of the affiliate groups and marketing and all that.
Yeah.
Which means they'll still get to supply themselves with content for their new.
Oh, here's
new
Mark
streaming
Pedowitz's
service.
note. To our valued CW... Wait, no. To our valued CW team, I'm sure that you have seen the recent speculation in the press around the CW, so I wanted to take the opportunity to address this with you directly and share with you what we know. First, as many of you are aware, over the past year or so, this transformative time in our industry has led to a series of business activity across media and content companies.
No one's watching network TV or movies in theaters anymore, and everyone's
Given
watching
that
things on
environment
Netflix.
right now, Viacom CBS and Warner Brothers are exploring strategic opportunities to optimize the value of our joint venue
Translation.
in the CW
They're
network.
trying to dump all of their wasted money on someone else and debt.
It's too early to speculate what might happen. We're
They're
going to
gonna
sell
do
you.
it.
But we promise to keep you updated as we learn more.
The staff are gonna learn about it when they release it to the press.
So what does this mean for you right now? It means we must continue to do what we do best, which is almost nothing. Make the CW as successful and vibrant as we have
Keep
always
doing what
done.
you're doing, because what else you gonna do or you're fired?
We have a lot of work ahead of us, with more original programming than ever.
They're producing less original programming than ever.
This season's expansion to Saturday night.
They
Our
already had
growing
Saturday night. They're just putting content
digital
there
and
now.
streaming platforms, which is their app.
They're gonna dump all their stuff on HBO Max afterward.
And we thrive when we come together and build the CW
They're gonna separate from the CW and sell
together.
it.
Again, I said it twice for some reason. That's how it's written here. Mark.
Mark is some old rich man.
Mark is their CEO. So, yeah, CW going bye-bye. Uh-oh, no.
Bye bye. Well, it's not going bye bye. It's gonna go to someone else.
It's going bye-bye.
and probably be renamed because CW stood for CBS and whatever others.
Yeah.
It'll be the Next Star Network,
Dare
featuring
to
Superman and
defy
Lois.
your ability to make profit.
Dare to dream that this network will make
No,
any
that's
money.
their slogan. Dare to
I know,
defy.
Dare to defy. I watch one show on there still,
Dare to
and it's only because it's co-financed by HBO Max.
dare to continue making shows at a loss.
Dare to continue to take out more
Dare
loans.
to throw your money in the toilet.
All right, so CW.
Okay, let's move on to movies because my laptop's almost dead.
Well, you can just plug it in.
So many
No.
movies this week.
Don't you have a USB-C charger like over there?
Switch charger, but it doesn't reach that far.
Like right there.
It doesn't reach nearly that far.
Well, then you gotta move your computer.
Well, I can't. Also, the couch is not set up
Well,
right.
you got a lot of stuff to do. You gotta go there.
Anyways,
Let's take a
Tubi, that streaming service and platform everyone knows and loves.
Yes, I know Tubi.
Have an original War of the Worlds movie coming out.
Oh,
What?
Everyone.
Yeah.
Like,
So you know the radio
The
show?
book?
No. Remember the radio broadcast War of the Worlds? Where
No.
that one radio host pranked the continental United States into
Yes.
trying to convince them that aliens were invading?
Because my teacher was.
So Tubi's making it a movie. Let me show
Cool.
you the trailer. I think you need to properly understand how bad this looks. You know,
I don't care about Tubi.
Atlantic Rim? That's what we're
Yes.
talking here.
Oh, that sounds pretty epic,
Is
man.
it like the book turned into a movie, or is it like how the guy tricked?
It's very dumb. That's what it is. Is this
This
it?
was released a year ago.
No, the trailer was released a year ago. The movie it just recently came out onto Tubi.
Why are we talking about it now?
Because I saw the trailer for it, and you need to learn. You need to know. I'm gonna unmute it because who cares? It's Tubi. Oh wait, no, this is the show. This isn't it. Hold up. Hang on.
look up Tubi.
Tubi. Here we go. Oh yeah!
War of the Worlds.
Oh yeah, baby.
Annihilation.
Tubi originals. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
They have
come. And not in peace.
Oh my god.
That's a thing that real people say. Look at how real that spaceship is. Look how real that set is.
What? This all looks so real. Look at those real
Lasers
lasers.
just on top of the screen. Look how real that robot looks.
Resist.
Oh no.
Survive.
That was the robot that made me
Fight
know
back.
this was gonna be great.
That looks like that crappy game that sponsors like robots or something.
Yeah, World of
Look, it's
Tank
their whole
robots,
cast of
whatever.
20 people. William Baldwin.
Alec
That's
Baldwin's,
Alec Baldwin's brother.
So
Sam.
what do you?
Oh,
Sam,
man.
Sam. Okay, before you exit YouTube,
Yeah, what?
I need you to look up another trailer for me that looks very, very...
Is it as
Very the
bad as
same.
War of the Worlds
Look up the
Annihilation?
Space Cop trailer.
Is this coming out soon?
No, this is a movie that already came out.
Well, that doesn't
No,
matter.
just look
then.
up Space Cop.
Cops, plural?
No, just erase what you've written and just look up Space Cop trailer. Space Cop trailer. Okay?
This?
Yes.
No, we're not watching this.
It's about the same
We're not
production
watching
quality.
that.
Yeah, it's a movie they made.
Great.
Not good, it's really terrible.
So is it purposefully bad?
No, it's just really bad.
It's
not
just
on purpose.
genuinely bad.
Yeah.
All right.
They quit making movies after that.
I can see why. But yeah, so To Be Original War of the Worlds, starring Alec Baldwin's brother, is coming out on Tubi Original only, exclusively on Tubi.
Why didn't we put this in news?
It's just, the world needs to know.
Do they?
Yeah.
Here's our audience, the world.
Bob's Burgers, the movie, it has a trailer. I'm not pulling that up. I
the
care
trailer-
so little about Bob's
The
Burgers.
trailer is basically just looks like an episode of Bob's
Oh no,
Burgers.
I'm Bob, and I'm a burger man. I sell burgers.
This is coming out in theaters.
Of course. All right. Announcements. Pixar's Turning Red officially scraps theatrical release and will release exclusively on Disney Plus at no extra cost on March 11th. So Disney is just absolutely screwing Pixar. They hate Pixar.
This is their third Pixar movie in a row.
Confirmed Disney hates Pixar.
In a row to do this. Obviously, Luca was the last one in June of last year, and Soul came out in Christmas of 2020. According to various reports, Pixar employees are very disappointed and disheartened by this.
Yeah, because movies are coming out in
Makes
theaters
sense
now.
because movies are coming out in theaters now, and Disney keeps promising
This is
them
just a
theatrical
jerk
release
move.
dates and then just
This
pulling
is
it
just
out
a
from
jerk
under them.
move. This is just
made somewhat sense because COVID was still like.
No, Luca came out when we were getting like 0 case 7-day
Yeah.
rolling average.
That was summer 2020.
Yeah.
Like, no
the
one-
only one that
no
made
one
sense was
was-
Soul because
Because we were in the thick of it.
it was like the middle of COVID.
Yeah, and
but this is like
no, just let them.
the Megatron
No.
variant is. Not
I feel
that
like the
bad.
worst thing about it is it's not even on like their premium access thing.
Yeah, it's
It's
for
free.
free
And I understand why they're doing it. Luke and Soul both did very well on the platform
because they were free
because they were Pixar movies
and free.
and they were gonna do well in theaters if you released them there because people are just gonna watch it anyway because it's Pixar. Pixar is the only, pretty much at this point, major studio making movies that have original ideas that aren't IP.
The only one.
Like in all of movies.
yeah.
And Disney's like, how about you be the Disney Plus animation
How
studio?
about you do nothing?
'Cause my theory was they were going to have Blue Sky do that.
Yeah.
Because they had Pixar and Disney proper.
And Blue Sky, let's be honest, they're not on the same
And Blue Sky
caliber.
wasn't even, it's not even like competing.
Yeah.
So they were
I'm gonna get Disney Plus because Turning Red.
And they needed content for Disney Plus, so you make Blue Sky do that. But they closed Blue Sky.
They just shut them down.
They just shut them down. So now they have two, and they're going to make one do one and one do the other. And they're going to make
And it
Pixar,
looks
which
like
is
Pixar's the
obviously
one.
the superior studio.
Clearly.
And they're going to make
from
them
a visual perspective and a storytelling
Yeah.
perspective almost every single time.
And Disney is just straight up because it's not even that they don't have faith in family. They're specifically doing it to Pixar.
Yeah.
And Kanto and Raya and the Last Dragon both came out in theaters. And Raya came out on Disney Plus at the same time, but it had premium access. So you had to pay $30 to watch it. And in
Yeah.
Kanto, we got a straight up theatrical release. Got 30 days in theaters before it went to Disney Plus.
It's only Pixar movies that they're doing.
It's only Pixar. I think this is the last one for now. Lightyear.
I think Lightyear will come out because it's an IP.
Lightyear is going to come out in theaters. 1, because it's an IP, and 2, it looks expensive.
Yeah.
And 3, they've paid for a big cast. They have Chris Evans. Like they're not going to have Chris Evans. Disney
Yeah,
Plus
and they
guy.
had that one song.
And it's also IP, which makes me think what they're going to do is when they're going to force Pixar to make more IP movies. So you'll get, another Incredibles, more Cars stuff, whatever franchises they have.
Yeah.
All of those will go to theaters because they're IP, and they'll make all of their actual original ideas go to Disney Plus for free for people to watch once and go, that was good.
Yeah.
It's poopy. Stop it.
Very lame. Very lame. Okay. Yeah. DeWanda Wise. That's a name. And new Jurassic World movie announced on Jurassic World's Twitter page.
You wrote this in.
Oh, yeah. No, she's just in the movie.
Yeah.
That's it.
Good for you.
I think the name DeWanda Wise is funny because it's got like way too many syllables.
At least it's not William December Williams.
Yeah, that's her name. Wait, whose name is that?
Billy D. Williams. That's his real
Williams
name.
December Williams.
William December Williams.
It sounds like his name was made by a word generator.
I'm gonna name my kid McDonald.
Like a broken word generator. Alrighty.
That is what you do when you hate your kid.
Williams December Williams.
No, his name is William December Williams.
Was he born in December?
No.
Why is his name Williams December?
Maybe they were just planning on calling him Billy D.
That's dumb. All right. John Watts has written a story.
John Watts is the director of the new Spider-Man movies.
Yes, has written a story treatment and will produce a Final Destination reboot for HBO Max.
Do you remember Final Destination?
Why?
Because reboot.
Great. I don't want to talk.
So, anyway.
I care so little about that.
Okay, one, I bet money that they're going to just call it Final Destination. Right?
Of course.
That's the thing.
It's a reboot. That's what they do.
And two, I think HBO Max.
No. Max is right. They'll take away the. It'll just be Final Destination.
No, it was already just Final Destination.
Well, then it will continue to do that.
No, the first
Out
one.
of the.
No. The first one was called Final Destination, and then they made 2 and 3. And then the fourth one they called The Final Destination, and then they made one just called Final Destination 5. They just went back to the numbers after
It's
that.
like
And this new
like,
reboot, because what you do in horror now is you make a sequel. It's usually a direct sequel to the original, and you just call it the same thing. Candyman, Halloween is a sequel to Halloween.
it's like
Scream is
negative-
another Scream movie.
It's like negatives and positives match. If there's no you gotta add them. If there isn't you gotta.
And the thing is, HBO
Yeah.
Max is also doing an Evil Dead reboot.
The Evil Dead.
No. This is for now. It's called Evil Dead Rise, but they're definitely going to change the title to just Evil Dead again. But this is
The
thing.
Evil Dead
I think
Rises.
HBO Max is trying to do make their own series of mediocre 90s horror reboots.
Yeah, that's dumb. Alrighty. Anyways, moving on.
I think you skipped one.
Netflix making a Michael Bay movie. Great. Who cares?
No one
cares. Michael Sarnowski, director of PIG.
Pig, the Nicolas Cage movie.
Yes. Taking over A Quiet Place spin-offs for Paramount.
Okay.
So
Aren't we done with
So
that?
they did
Are we
1
done
and 2.
with that universe?
they did 1 and 2, right?
Uh-huh.
There's gonna be a part.
John Krasinski is doing just a straight up third one. That's a sequel to the last
And
one.
is that the last one he's
And
doing?
there's also doing a spin-off that he came up with the story idea for. They had one guy working on it, but he quit. And this is the new guy taking over. This is going to be the next one to come out, is the spin-off.
Okay.
It's going to come out next year. Paramount's hoping to build a shared universe of A Quiet Place
The Quiet
stuff.
Verse. Great.
Why?
Who cares?
Why are you...
Thanks.
Why? Who cares?
Stop it. Lil Ray Howe.
Howie, who you
Howie.
saw in Free Guy. He was the friend.
Oh, okay. Joins John Krasinski in the live-action Harold and the... Yeah, we
hang on,
can
not John
skip that
Krasinski.
one.
Hang on, no, go up. And no, it's not John Krasinski. Sorry, that should be Zachary Levi. I get them.
Oh, they're doing
I
a
was
thing?
gonna
'Cause
say,
they look the same.
How low did John Krasinski?
I think because I wrote. That's Sam.
That's not it.
Do you know how to spell? Zach.
Whatever, Zach Levi.
No. Oh my
Zach.
gosh.
It's fine.
That's not even.
That's how you spell Zach.
Okay.
Zach Levy.
Zach.
Zach Levy. And the
Anyway.
live action Harold and the Purple Crayon movie. Great.
For our best friends over at Sony Pictures.
Yeah, okay.
Do you remember Harold and the Purple Crown?
Yeah, the
The children's
the
book.
book where the kid draws some stuff with a
Draws
purple crayon
The
and then the
movie.
book
Just like-
ends.
It's a live action movie.
He just draws like a boat, and then it like. Floats.
I want it to be a horror movie where he's drawing like murder weapons and killing people.
He's like a serial killer.
yeah.
No, he like grows up and he's in prison, but he still has his purple.
He's like sketching on the walls like a deranged lunatic.
Oh, you missed one.
Spider-Man No Way Home
I
original
was gonna pull
concept
this
art.
up.
That's they.
All it revealed, it was there was supposed to be more crowd stuff at the movie that they obviously cut out, and America Chavez, who's supposed to be in Doctor Strange 2, she was going to bring Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield into the movie
Instead of Ned.
because it was going to be after Doctor Strange 2.
Yeah.
And so when they reshuffled everything,
Ned had to do it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. The Batman has received.
you skipped another thing.
Andrew.
Who cares about that?
Yeah. Who cares? What is it?
Andrew
Been
Burnap has
cast
been
as
cast.
the new male lead, and Snow White movie. Okay.
They're adding a new lead male character in
Great.
the story.
The Batman has received a PG-13 rating for strong violence, disturbing content, drug content, strong. That's a lot of stuff. Okay, cool.
People were mad about this on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
because it wasn't rated R. Because apparently people are really dumb
And don't understand what that is.
it's a comic book movie.
Kids don't like
Comic book movies, I'm sorry to say this, internet,
Are for kids.
are for children.
Yeah. Sorry, internet.
They can be for adults,
But they're mostly for
but
kids.
they're mostly for kids.
Kids buy the action
The
figures.
Batman is a kid's character.
His name is the Batman.
He's got a bat
He's a man
suit.
who dresses as a bat and
You can
punches
treat that
people.
as seriously as you want, but he punches a clown.
He's
Punches
a man
circus clown.
who cosplays. He's a furry who beats up a clown.
Sorry.
And a man in a refrigerator suit.
He's a
This is
furry who beats up
obviously not the thing
refrigerators
invented
and
for
clowns.
serious content. But anyway, it's for strong violence, disturbing
No,
content.
they're just upset because
Joker was rated R, and
no, they're upset because what's the Catwoman is not going to be naked. That's why they wanted to see
it's
Catwoman
really because
naked.
they want Batman to scream the F word and
Yeah,
punch
and he'll
people to a
say it
bloody
one
pulp.
time though. You get one.
yeah, strong language. They'll drop one in there.
All right, Netflix planning to shoot 2 Red Notice sequels back to back, expecting everyone to come back. Okay, cool. They want to start production next year. Great.
Sam, did you watch Red Notice?
No, did
I
you?
haven't either, but I'm gonna watch it at some point.
Okay, cool. Let us know when you do. The Book of Boba Fett, episode 3. So
Didn't watch it
me
yet.
and Max
Just
have
not
seen
talk
it,
about it.
but it wasn't very important. We'll talk about it next
It
time.
wasn't bad.
Bidoof animated short. I saw you sent me this. I didn't watch it. I saw clips of it on TikTok.
It looks good.
All of the animated shorts they do for Pokemon
Looks
look
so
amazing.
good. I don't know why they
And
don't.
all of the
actual
the
shows?
spin-offs that aren't the main show, but the spin-off shows.
Look good, too.
Also, incredible animation, incredible story. So clearly it's like it has League of Legends syndrome where just the main stuff is bad and everything else is really cool. Like if they made like a not like a gritty adult show, but just a slightly more grown-up Pokemon show with just the hint of themes.
You remember Detective Pikachu, the movie?
Yeah.
That was a good movie.
It wasn't great, but it had themes, you know?
They should make more Pokemon movies.
They should.
Ryan Reynolds was.
In it. He was in the movie.
Pikachu was cute.
Yeah. They should make more of those. Anyway.
They should do it, but rated R.
Spotify closing its podcast studio and laying off all resigning employees.
Or
reassigning employees.
Yeah,
okay. That's bad for us.
That's weird.
yeah.
No, they're not. They're not doing podcasts anymore.
They own Anchor.
Yeah, no, they just bought a bunch of companies.
Yeah, they basically tried to monopolize podcasts, and then now they're just shutting down their podcast studio.
They're gonna. Okay, so
So wait, are they not making original podcasts anymore?
They're not going to make as many. Obviously, like Joe Rogan is still
Yeah.
gonna do and like they have like Michelle Obama and
yeah.
stuff. They're still gonna do podcasts, but they're like shutting. They're not gonna produce like as. They'll essentially just be a label for other people's podcasts.
Yeah.
like Netflix.
Oh,
instead
by the
of
way,
producing
if
a bunch
we
of stuff
want, we can
originally.
add a sponsor spot for Anchor with a $15 CPM. If we want,
What do you mean?
because you can make money.
Let's talk about this
anyway.
afterwards.
No, I said, why wouldn't we?
Oh, because we haven't.
Anyway, so yeah, that's and Spotify is only expanding. Like they just keep growing bigger.
Yeah.
I guess they're just not doing as well as they hoped.
Yeah, because podcasts are.
But they do. They have the
Okay.
number one podcast.
Here's
in the
the
world.
thing with podcasts, though. You don't get big from a podcast.
No.
You are big, and then you make a podcast because fans
Or-
want more of your content,
Or
and it's easy to
you
make.
make a bunch of clips that trend, or
And
you
then-
get a
yeah.
bunch of celebrities to be on your show.
But no one gets famous just from the podcast
yeah, you
by
don't just
itself.
do a podcast and then. Why do you think we
You
have
have a
movies?
small channel with 100.
Why do you think we have like 50 episodes and like 20 viewers? Anyways,
Yeah, Patrick was like, "We've been doing it for 2.5 years."
it's like, yeah, Patrick, we know. We've been telling you to cut
We only
clips
do
for
this
the
for
whole
fun.
time.
This isn't to get famous on.
Anyways, Batgirl set photos reveal.
Oh, this is rumor time.
Right, rumor time. Preface, rumor time.
Rumor time. This is not real
Batgirl
news.
set photos reveal a mural of Batman and Robin, so they will presumably be dead. I'm assuming that's
No,
what
we
that
don't.
means.
Okay, so
means
this
they're dead.
is going to be set after the Flash movie, right?
That means they're dead.
Okay, hang on. This is going to be set after the Flash movie, right?
Superhero murals only can be made when you're dead.
Keaton's going to be the new Batman in this main stuff, right?
And will
Batgirl's
die.
supposed to be the new.
He
like,
will
Batman.
die in the Flash.
So they're not going to kill him because
He will
he's in
die.
this movie.
Will die.
He's in this
in
movie.
one of these movies. He will die.
No, it's like graffiti on a wall. It's not like a funeral mural.
He's gonna die.
They're not gonna kill him off.
They're gonna kill
They said
him.
he's gonna be a Nick Fury figure.
No, he gonna die. He gonna die for real.
But anyway, but the rumor now is that Dick Grayson will show up in the movie,
I'd be cool with that.
and it'll be a Dick Grayson kind of Nightwing cameo.
I'd be
and
cool with that.
then they'll make a Nightwing HBO Max movie after that.
That they should switch these two.
You know what
but
I
okay.
realized? So Dick Grayson has been Batman before.
Yes,
He should just be Batman for their thing.
that would make sense.
Because like you have, I mean, I like Nightwing. Nightwing's
They
cool.
might just do that and just be saying, he's gonna be a Nightwing style character just to cover it
No,
up.
but like, because like their main trinity is going to be Supergirl, Batgirl, and Wonder Woman.
Obviously, yeah.
Everyone's loving the all female stuff. But did you see the box office of the 355? Just saying. Anyway. Primary audience:
Okay,
50-year-old men.
Listen, Hollywood.
Switch.
I got a thing. I gotta let you. I got
no,
you
and the
on
other
this.
thing is they
Here,
want to do
hold
Birds
up.
of Prey stuff, right?
Guys, listen to me. Listen to me very closely. Women don't go to see action movies generally.
As much.
That's not who likes those. I'm just speaking generally. There are plenty of women who adore action movies.
Statistically,
But I'm just saying,
less women go
in
see movies than
general, on average, most people going to see action movies, which comic book movies are, I'm classifying as action movies for
they
the sake
are.
of this rant. Like 80%, not 80%, like a good 60% at least of the majority are men. Most of them are men.
Because you don't
Now, there's the rare exception with like Spider-Man where like everyone goes to see it.
everyone saw that movie.
But like, if you look at the audience for like, what's a lesser Marvel movie like
Ant-Man.
Thor 2 or Ant-Man, mostly dudes in the audience. Almost all dudes and their girlfriends.
Justice League.
It's dudes and their girlfriends. That's who goes to see.
Or dads and their
those.
kids.
Or dads and their kids. And sometimes the wife comes along.
And sometimes he drags his wife to it. And the
My
wife
point
goes,
is-
yeah, I like that.
Flag shipping. There's nothing wrong with having like female flagship characters. Obviously,
No.
Wonder Woman has been one for
Big hit.
for decades.
The only good thing DC's done.
Yeah, and the only good movie they've made in almost a decade now, other than Shazam, which was okay. But yeah, you guys you're gonna lose a lot of just now. And to be honest, most of the people if you don't go to see the movie because women, okay, you're stupid.
Yeah.
You're just an idiot.
That'd be
That
dull.
means nothing. But there are a lot of those people out there who are stupid and will not go see it because it's a woman. So yeah, I don't know. Anyways,
No, but like the other thing is they did Birds of Prey, right?
yeah.
And that was, and their lineup for that was Harley Quinn, Renee Montoya,
Some others.
Huntress,
Yeah.
and Black Canary.
Yeah.
That team was desperately missing Barbara Gordon, who started that team in the comics.
Yeah.
Move Batgirl over there. One, it'll elevate Birds of Prey
Yeah,
because
that's another
Batgirl's a
thing, is
bigger
they just keep-
character.
yeah.
And it'll give that team, like, it'll be a completion of that team. And then just move Dick Grayson into the Batman slot of Justice League. Boom, you got a Batman. Most popular
they
DC
just-
character.
They did not think this through very
No,
well.
they didn't at all because they're dumb.
There are
They just wanted to.
female
They want to be the most like progressive superhero movie brand.
They just want to go around
and they
parading-
wanted to be that first.
They want to
And they
pat
didn't really-
themselves in the back for having a whole
Yeah, they
female
didn't
team.
really think about, okay, what is this actually going to do for the story?
Yeah.
They just thought, how do we do it as fast as possible?
And they didn't want to pay Henry Cavill anymore.
Yeah, because he's too
The stupid
expensive now.
thing is that there's cool female characters that they could use.
But they're just using the female versions of the male heroes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another thing that we've talked about before. Is like, just use the, like, again, Wonder Woman, perfect example.
Original
She
character.
was originally created.
It'd be like if they swapped her out for Wonder Man.
Wonder Man. You guys,
is a
you guys
different
know
character.
Wonder Man? Any big Wonder Man fans out there? No, because no one gives a crap about Wonder Man. Just like how no one, generally speaking, gives a crap about Batwoman or
Supergirl,
Batgirl,
whose own
or all
TV
the
show
other
was
girl
canceled.
versions of other superheroes that were dudes originally.
If you
Yeah.
made Harley Quinn a guy,
No one would care.
because that would be stupid.
There's no. What would you? What would that be?
Harley Quinn.
Harley.
Quinn.
No, it'd be Harvey Weinstein.
What? I don't think that's the same. The point is, if you're gonna have your flagship character be a female character,
Make it
at least put the effort in to make it an original character.
Anyway, Nightwing. I know they hired Chris McKay to do a Nightwing. Remember that point where they announced like 20 movies in a week?
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, we're going to do a Deadshot movie and a Harley Quinn solo movie and also a Harley Quinn Joker team-up movie and also a Joker solo movie that'll be before that. And we're also going to do a Nightwing movie and a Batgirl movie.
And none of them got made?
And none of them got made. One of them was a Nightwing movie, and they had Chris McKay attached, who did Lego Batman movie and most recently The Tomorrow War. Remember those? Batman was good.
I remember one of those.
And he was gonna do it, and he said like they never officially canceled it. Like he has like a whole story outline and like storyboard, like concept art.
I guess it's still going.
And it's just been like sitting on a shelf. And so if they're gonna do a Nightwing, just do that.
Yeah.
If they're gonna do a Nightwing, it's gonna go to HBO Max.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, that's fine. If you're gonna do Batgirl there, Nightwing there makes sense too.
That's just making me think of Titans and how much Titans.
Oh my god. No, I don't want to think about Titans.
God,
Don't make me think about Titans.
So dumb. The finale was so dumb.
Yep.
Spray the city with holy water and bring everyone back
Let's
to
put
life.
a blue filter of everything and then take it away for the marketing material to make it look more colorful.
Hey, you remember this character that was funny and happy and like shot lasers and stuff? They just killed people.
She just is a rampant murderer.
They just stabbed that guy
who
in the
hates
eye.
everyone
They're
now.
a serial murderer.
And Blackfire's a good guy now for some reason. Honestly, Blackfire is a better character than Starfire. Like right off the bat, she didn't murder anyone. The first time we see
Starfire walked into a room and just killed a bunch of
the first time we
people.
see Starfire, number one, she had no memory, so she didn't know any of these dudes. She just walked into a room and firebombed a bunch of people.
And they were, and she only
The
did
first
it-
time we saw Blackfire, she was just in prison for literally no crime. Like she was totally in the wrong in that. Like she was totally wrong in that situation. Like she was in the right, and she didn't even kill anyone. She was actually wronged and didn't murder anyone. Starfire just woke up one day, started killing dudes.
started flame bombing people.
That's like anyway.
Titans is a
Titans is a
great
good show. Watch Titans.
What to watch?
I'm
Go
a
watch.
tiger. What else can I do?
That's it.
Snake
Because
one time unexplained,
They
and then
can't afford to do more
It'd
animals.
be really cool if I could turn into like small animals and big animals.
Nah, no.
But I can only turn into a tiger.
remember that one time where they cut the finale from the first season and then reshot the entire thing and just made it the premiere of the next one?
And retconned the formation of the team, and that Starfire was on it originally, and never said anything about it. Cool. Anyways, Kira from Solo getting a spin-off Disney Plus series. Is that the girlfriend? Who is that? Okay. The girlfriend from Han Solo is getting her own show.
Well,
person
according to this rumor.
Presumably, yeah, according to this rumor, which if this does happen, it will be the Darth Maul show featuring Han Solo's
No,
girlfriend.
there was this rumor we talked about a few months ago that it was going to be a Marvel animated show and it was going to be this crime empire, and I want to see that.
Yeah, that sounds way cooler.
That sounds so much cooler than Kira, the show.
Yeah.
The Adventures of Kira, a character you don't remember from a movie you didn't see.
Last week where it's like, oh yeah, cool stuff happening. No, Blimbus Blombus Nickler. Make a whole series out of it.
No, this would be more like if they were like IG-88's getting. You remember IG-88?
He was in the background of Empire Strikes
like-
Back
Or like, oh wait,
or Book of Boba Fett, which
I'm making a whole series out of
I
it.
like Boba Fett, but let's be honest, the show's been a little mid so far. Not bad, but it's been a little slow.
Stuff.
anyway.
It's taken a long time to get going.
Do you remember Solo?
I saw it once.
It was.
I
okay.
did too, in 3D.
It was. Did I see it in 3D?
No,
Why did you see it in 3D?
because that's the screening that had
3D
tickets. And I
3D vision. I have 3D.
No, I remember
vision.
because that, you know how that whole movie is like you can't see anything that's going on because it's so darkly lit.
Yeah.
It's that plus 3D glasses which have a tint on them.
Yeah.
It was basically just watching blobs.
Actually, I think I saw.
I mean, the movie's not bad.
did.
It's just like
No,
Didn't
it's
need to
not
happen.
great. It's pretty
Yeah.
bad.
it's just mid. There's a lot of really dumb. Okay, there's some cool scenes in it, but there's also a lot of really dumb scenes. Han Solo.
I like.
Chewbacca, that's too long.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna need
come
a
up with a
nickname for you.
I should call you Chewie.
I like that the ending of it is just in an office. I think that's fun. The
Yeah.
whole third act is just like a brawl at a dude's office. Other than that, I thought it was pretty boring, and I fell asleep.
I can't remember any more than the Wookiee scene.
And who are the dudes in the war masks? The dudes
They
who
were the
stealing...
rebellion, remember?
No, but they were like a splinter group.
Yeah, they were like a proto. You know how in Star Wars there was no like rebellion, there was just a bunch of people rebelling who had like emails with each other, and then eventually they were like, "Why don't we just come
What
together?"
if we just do a proper rebellion? Yeah.
Anyway,
That's why I had such a big problem with the marketing for the first. I know this is again totally
for
random.
Rebels.
For the first season of Rebels.
Oh my god,
it was like this is the founding. This is where the rebellion began, and it's like no, the rebellion is in full swing when the show starts. These dudes are just around.
They're not even like with them either. They're just like flying around.
They're just going and stealing stuff. And that's it.
They're just like stealing drugs.
Shit.
I'm Ezra. I'm living
shooting
in
his
the
little
water
slingshot
tower,
at
baby.
people that doesn't even affect normal stormtroopers.
I got a pet raccoon. All right. I think we're good for this episode.
Let me double check.
I think we've said everything we need to say.
Doctor Strange.
Oh yeah, we gotta do a weekly Fortnite news. What happened in Fortnite?
Denzel Washington is
There's your
gonna
weekly
do
Fortnite news. What else?
Equalizer 3.
Cool. All right. Bye bye, everybody.
That's it.
Bye bye.
Bye.